first class thing, even though it was a tragic event. It shined a brighter light for these guys and everybody else.
I'm Evan Haining.
You must unite what is inside us.
We are TFR, Truth Frequency Radio.
Condition orange. Condition orange. Situation Delta in effect. Please enter your
number now.
Don't read magazines. Don't even listen to NPR.
Time comes when silence is betrayal.
More for themselves and less for everybody else. But I'll tell you what they don't want. They don't want a population of citizens capable of critical thinking. They don't want well-informed, well-educated people capable of critical thinking. They're not interested in that. That doesn't help them. Think for yourself. Question 30.
This code has been compromised.
All right, welcome back, Truth Seeker. Wednesday, November 20th, 2019. This is the Gematria Effect. I'm Zachary K. Hubbard. Every Wednesday night, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. to midnight Eastern. Again, every Wednesday night, you can watch us on YouTube, where we live stream, or you can listen directly from the website, Truth Frequency Radio. The abbreviated web address is tfrlive.com. Big button in the top right corner, listen live. Give that a click and you should be right in there. And just a fair warning, sometimes it doesn't load on the first click. Sometimes you do a second click, then you hear the live broadcast. If you never listened before, we are a caller-driven program. So always taking calls, love first-time callers. If you are watching on YouTube, the number to dial in on is right at the bottom of the screen. That's 213-233-3998. Again, 213-233-3998. Before we get on with the calls, just want to make an announcement. I was hoping it was going to be live tonight so I could let people know where to go. We're not far away from launching it. It's right there. The social media platform for truth seekers, Free to Find Truth. It's about to launch. It will be 100% free to use. The whole purpose of this platform is for people such as ourselves who care about truth and making a better world to have an open space online where we don't have to fear censorship and ridicule, where we can investigate and share truth, make new connections, make new friends, and find out who's in our community who cares about the same things that we do. And in time, the goal will be to organize people also to make change. So that will launch any day now. I was hoping it was going to be today, but I will let everyone know as soon as the platform is open. Get you the link, where to register. If you go to freetofindtruth.com, you'll see the splash page. You won't have a login yet, but again, just around the corner. So that's the first announcement. And then the big news story today is the impeachment testimony of Gordon Sondland. And if you're new here, again, we talk about Gematria, the practice of coding numbers into words. We've been a broken record with Trump and Trump-related news and the number 88. The name Trump equals 88. The Republican Party equals 88. Since the first headline when he announced he was running, they've been encoding 88. Right before the election, he was endorsed by 88 generals. Today, a witness that was supposed to helped Trump ended up being, someone who went more against him. His name was Gordon David Sondland, which in Gematria sums to 88. Again, Trump 88, the Republican Party 88. If you are new here, 4 base ciphers, alphabetic order with the rules numerology, reverse alphabetic order with the rules numerology. When you run the alphabetic order in reverse, the name Sondland, the surname, equals 133. Other words that sum to 133, president, White House, government. You might recall when Donald Trump first began running for president, Forbes reported he was the 133rd richest man in the world. Shortly after that, Fox News made a big deal about his 133rd guest appearance on Fox News back in 2015. The name Sondland with the reverse alphabetic order in rules numerology sums to 43, like today's date numerology is 43. So what a day for Gordon David Sondland to be the story. And the other thing that jumps out about this is from his birthday to today is 127 days later. Scottish Rite of Freemasonry equals 127. And then from Trump's birthday to today is 159 days. Donald Trump equals 159. And you might recall how Donald Trump was synced up with the rigged World Series where the Nationals beat the Astros. And in Game 7, 159 pitches were thrown. And the Houston Rockets beat the Washington, D.C. team that same night with 159 points. And we talked about how Donald Trump with the alphabetic order is 138. Donald Trump with the reverse alphabetic order is 159. Game 7 was 138 days after Trump's birthday. Nationals is 138. Federals 138. Dave Martinez, the manager of the Nationals, 138. So today, 159 days after his birthday, you get this real incriminating testimony. They're saying, uh-oh, this could be the beginning of the end. And it's just like how the whole World Series was synced up with this as well. The night of Game 7, the Democrats came out and said, okay, we're ready to go forward. So understand, all of this stuff is theater. Again, it's 159 days after Trump's birthday. The name Donald Trump equals 159. Scottish Rite, as in the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. George Washington, the Scottish Rite Freemason. Scottish Rite equals 159 with the reverse alphabetic order, just like Donald Trump. It also equals 165 with the alphabetic order. Trump's birthday, June 14th, which is also the flag's birthday, is the 165th day of the year. So Trump's got the Scottish Rite encoding all over him. Only makes sense being the man in the top office in the land of the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. So again and again, it's all news by the numbers. It's all political theater by the numbers. When you learn this code, you can see right through all of it with laser vision. So, that said, going to go out to the call board and get it started here. Wow, the call board's already really full. I was thinking it wouldn't be so full tonight since I'm on my newest YouTube channel, which almost no one knows about due to getting more censorship and strikes. Let's go out to Richmond, Virginia to let them lead the way. What's going on, Richmond?
Hello?
Yeah, you're on.
Oh, yeah, first time caller. Been listening and watching you for a while and appreciate all that you do. I've gotten your book. Been having a hard time reading it because right now I've just been trying to read it over my phone. And that's how that's been. But also want to sign up for your Patreon. And because I would like to get in on some of those good picks that you have. Lord knows I can use the money. And I just wanted to tell you thank you and keep doing what you're doing.
Well, you're very welcome, and thank you for supporting the work. And I hope I do see you on the Patreon shortly. So thanks a lot. I appreciate your call.
All right, thank you, and be blessed and keep on keeping on.
You do the same, friend. Really appreciate it. You have a good night.
You too.
All right, take care. Okay. Appreciate that message from Virginia. Let's go out to the Twin Cities, Minnesota. Caller? Minnesota?
Hello?
Yeah, you're on. You're on, Minnesota.
Hey, Zach. Been following you since almost the beginning. Appreciate everything you do. I was actually just calling in on the TFR and I couldn't find your new channel. I was doing a search with your name and today and Gematria, and I couldn't find your new channel.
Yeah, you got to sort by date, otherwise you're never going to find it. So.
Yeah, I was looking at it today, but maybe I didn't scroll long enough. I guess I didn't realize I was calling in on the air. But I've been listening to the beginning, believe in everything you do. Can't wait for the website to open up, and I'll turn it over and let somebody else got some good numbers to call in.
Okay, and again, to find the news site, search Gematria Effect News, and then in the sort, click sort by date. And if you scroll down through like the first 3 or 4 posts, one should show up that should show you the channel Gematria Effect News, and that's where we are tonight. So that's the way to find it.
Perfect. I knew I'd find it. I was just looking for the TFR line, and I'm just listening in on that. So.
All right, sounds good, man. Appreciate it. You have a good night.
Hey, thanks again. Have a good night.
All right, yeah, take care. Okie dokie. Let's go out to California.
Hey, Zach.
Hey.
Am I on?
You're on. You're on.
All right. Thank you. Thanks for taking my call.
Welcome.
So I just had a couple things, and I'll bring out to you real quick. A little while back, there was a Netflix episode of Stranger Things that came out, and where there was like anyway, this guy decoded it, and he was trying to relate it to China Lake Naval Weapons Air Station, and there were a lot of things in there that lined up. And shortly after that, right after the 4th of July parade that Trump had in D.C., on the 5th was the earthquake out there in Ridgecrest, where China Lake Naval Weapons Station is. And but I was out there on a job just today, and it got me thinking, so I started looking into it, and I wasn't on the base. I was like doing a residential contracting job. China Lake is at 35.6508 north and 117.6617 degrees west, according to Wikipedia. Those are the coordinates. And I added them all up, and it adds up to 27, which reduces to 9, and 29, which reduces to 11. I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
And then I also looked up the acronym NAS, and I put that in the calendar, and that came out 57, 12, 51, 24, and I was thinking 5-1, that jumped out as May 1st to me, founding date of Bavarian Illuminati and May Day and socialism and all that stuff, I guess. And then the 57, I thought of Scottish Rite, but I know you've mentioned many others with the 57.
Right.
So I thought that was interesting. And then what happened was there was this Danish-American physicist at Caltech that was doing rockets, and he got together with his name was Lauritsen, and he got together with this guy named Sherman E. Burroughs, and that's when they found the space to do rocket research, and basically they got the China Lake Naval Weapons Air Station got transferred from the Army Air Force to the Navy in 1943. Yeah, and so at any rate, what it is, and I'd like to know what you think about this. The Wikipedia page now says since the July 5th earthquake, the base has been deemed unfit for or incapacitated for mission or something like not mission ready or something like that. It's weird. And then that's it. That's where the Wikipedia page ends pretty much. It's just like there's no more information. So I'm gonna try to dig into it more. I don't know. Just I thought I'd bring that up and then see what you can comment on it if you want. And I just have one more also one more comment. You always talk about the King James Bible and the basically the Freemasonic revision or addition to it or encoding of it. You know what I mean? And I was always like, okay, this is all new to me. And just recently, I took a trip. I went up to visit my sister, and where she lives, one of the top 5 book collectors in the world has a little store, and he actually had an original copy of the King James Bible, and sure enough, that is a big leather-bound book. There's only like 600 of them in the world or something. I don't know. It's a big leather-bound book, and it's got sure enough, it has like an as above, so below, like pyramid, like a diamond, carved into the leather. And then on the inside, it has all these depictions that are straight Masonic depictions, like the Joaquin and Boaz, the tower, the columns, and then the molten sea, the baptismal font, whatever thing it is. And anyway, so then my question is, since we all came from that, whatever like religion we are pretty much now in America, unless maybe not so much for Catholics, but all the Protestants, we came with that King James Bible, So it's like, how can you say? To me, it comes like you have to make a decision, and figure that out. That seems like a key point. Everyone likes to say, well, the Bible says. But then I'd like to see these same people, I've heard them talk crap about Masons. You see what I'm saying?
Sure. Yeah.
So how do we justify that, or how do we reconcile that argument? You know what I mean? How do we figure that out? Or how do we get them to see that? Or is that just all part? Is there any validity to that question? I guess is what I'm trying to get at.
Well, I mean, it's just a matter of, do you want to see the obvious or not? I mean, people who can't see it are just suffering from cognitive dissonance. So anyway.
Well, that's when it hit me like full on. Was when I was holding that King James Bible in my hand with all the Masonic stuff in it. Original Bible. You know what I mean? That's when it hit me. I was like, whoa, this is real. All this stuff that Zach's saying is real. Yeah, I mean, we can read about it on the internet, but you can actually go out and find this stuff for yourself, and it's real. And then you have to come to a point. I guess I have to come to a point to figure all that out and go, what's real and what's not, And it's weird when you have something concrete, and what you're putting out there with the Gematria is pretty concrete. I don't see how you can deny that.
Yeah.
And then at that point, I feel like I got to move to something beyond that, and I just don't know what that is.
Right.
All
right,
so
caller.
I'm trying to get my friends and my family to understand. Thanks a lot, man.
All right, appreciate it, man. You have a good night. Take care.
Thank you. Okay.
And remember, try to keep your call to one thought, one idea. He had multiple thoughts and ideas, call in about one thing or the next. And if you guys are going to do a long decode, make sure you're connecting it to something, not just spitting out a bunch of numbers that just leaves everybody going, and what? And what? All right, let's go out to Texas.
What's going on, Zach? How you doing?
Doing all right. How are you?
I'm all right. No, not bad. Listen, I was comparing my first and middle name to somebody that I know, their first and last name, and we connect on 3 of the 4 base ciphers. The only cipher we don't really connect on is the full reduction. But anyway, it's 109, 188, and 62. 62 is a special number. What does that relate to again? Because you mentioned it quite a bit.
Well, 62 connects to a lot of things. Mason, Elohim, sacrifice, shows up a lot with death. But, 62.
Yeah. Interesting. And what else did I want to run by you? I got a call this week. I think I mentioned you on Facebook. Anyway, the call was 281-666-9996.
It's a lot of sixes.
Out of Crosby, Texas. Okay. If you group the first three numbers is 11. Second 3 is 18, obviously, and then the last 4 is 33.
Right.
How's that for messaging?
Yeah, that's interesting. Huh.
Yep, Crosby, Texas Exchange. And I was like, okay. All right. I think that was, and then today I got a 322 exchange. You know?
Sure.
So anyway, just some unusual coincidences.
Right. Huh.
Just
Interesting.
but there is no coincidences really in real life. Anyway, like your new format you have, it looks really nice.
All
and keep up with the good work.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All right, take care.
All right, yeah, you have a good night. Take care. All righty. Let's go from Texas to New York City.
Yeah, hello?
You're on.
No, I'm just listening, Zach. Good show. I love the background. Can't wait for the website.
All right, appreciate it, man. Thank you. You have a good night. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to cut you off, but appreciate you tuning in. Let's go out to Cleveland.
Hey, Zach, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
I wanted to touch on the impeachment hearing and the article you posted on your blog today about the gentleman who had the 88 connection to Trump.
Right.
Well, first thing I want to bring up is I never really did this before, but today I just, decided to look it up. But if you go into the 13 moon calendar, if you go to the 8th moon in the 8th day, interestingly, the 8th moon in the 8th day, the Gregorian day that falls on the 8th moon in the 8th day is February 14th. And as we know, that's the 45th day of the year. So, Donald Trump, number 45, 8-8, I thought that was pretty interesting, man. And as of 8 moons in 8 days, there is exactly 5 moons and 20 days left on the calendar. The only thing I can really see with that is the 5-2, as you shuffle those numbers around and, you drop the 0, that's the 25. We've been hearing about the whole, Trump being removed with the 25th Amendment. But the interesting thing about that, though, too, is that there's a few synchronicities that happen on the 13 moon calendar. For example, the example I'm using is 8-8. The 8th moon and the 8th day leaves 5 moons and 20 days. Now, the 8th moon and the 8th day is February 14th. It leaves 5 moons and 20 days left on the calendar. If you go to the 5th moon and the 20th day, that the Gregorian day is December 4th. Kind of a reflection of, February 14th. You see what I'm saying?
Sure.
So you have those type of synchronicities on the calendar. That's it's kind of weird, man. It's kind of weird. It happens. One more thing I wanted to bring up pertaining to that same story is the number 133 that you talked about and how it connects to president.
Mm-hmm.
Now, 133 looks like a date to me. It can be expressed as March 13th, 13/3. So if you search for March 13th on the 13 moon calendar, you will find that March 13th falls under the 9th moon and the 7th day, 9/7. As we know, that is the 25th prime number. You see what I mean? So that 25, in a sense, kind of, it's following Trump. I think this is where the whole 25th Amendment, stories really come from, because if you look at, Trump being 88, number 45, and if you, look for those numbers as far as dates on the calendar is concerned, and connect with the 13 moon calendar, I mean, you'll kind of see why at least in the way I think, why the 25th, why they keep bringing up the story of the whole 25th amendment possibly being used to remove Trump from office. And just as a side note, as of the 9th moon and the 7th day, there is 4 moons and 21 days left on the calendar. And if you go to the 4th moon and the 21st day, you'll find that the day, the Gregorian day that falls on 4/21 is October 7th, 11/7. And I believe that's the 311th day of the year on the Gregorian calendar, so that's like the reverse 113. I mean, that's pretty much all I have on that. The last thing I want to say is I have a question for you. On the new website, are you considering posting or uploading all of your previous videos from your previous channels? Are you looking, is it a part of your plan to upload all of those videos to the up-and-coming website?
No, because it would take up too much space. I mean, there's like 6,000 videos to upload, so yeah, I'm not going to do that.
I thought I'd just throw that out there. That's pretty much all I have for tonight, man.
All right, appreciate it.
You can put me on hold.
All right, man. You take care.
Yep, thanks.
All right, and we got a little break coming up here, the short commercial break. I hear the music coming on right now. We'll be right back with your calls. Sit tight.
Reviews for Extendivite are amazing. Here are some from a great product I use regularly and I rarely get sick. March 2018. This product has relieved what appeared to be angina pain in my chest and shortness of breath after climbing stairs. I'm quite happy about it. February 2018. My husband, son, and I have been using this product for a few months now, and we have noticed an improvement in our joints and blood pressure. Tell us your story. Get Extendivite today. To order, call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822, or visit heartdrop.com.
Extend your life with Extendivite.
Poor water quality is a major health issue, and it's only getting worse. Municipalities can't keep up, standards have dropped, and pollutants are increasing. Where does it all end? It ends by keeping the pollutants outside of your home with HydroCare's advanced systems available at Wave Home Solutions. No less than the best purification materials and processes have been developed by HydroCare to provide you with healthy, clean water for drinking, cooking, and showering. HydroCare far surpasses the competition in removing chlorine, odors, iron, lead, chemicals, limescale, and much more. Don't settle for less when it comes to your water. We'll take care of the toughest water problems for you, whether it's from a city or well source. Satisfaction guaranteed. For more information, call 888-997-WAVE. That's 888-997-WAVE. Or go to bestwater123.com. That's bestwater123.com.
Wave Home Solutions for a healthy, comfortable home.
Hi, I'm Sergeant Jim Ram, retired. In early 2012, I was facing a laundry list of chronic health conditions that my physician was telling me were incurable. I knew there had to be a better way, and I learned how I could reverse every one of my ailments with science-based, clinically verified medical nutrition. In just a few months, I was able to reverse high blood pressure, gastric reflux, sleep apnea, arthritis, degenerative disc disease, heart arrhythmia, AFib, and many more. And I've lost over 70 pounds and kept it off. Now I'm hosting a radio program that's dedicated to helping my listeners do the same. If you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, if you're sick of being used as an ATM by your doctor, then you'll want to tune into the Your DIY Health radio program here on Truth Frequency Radio every Thursday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern and 6 to 8 a.m. Pacific.
This is Truth Frequency Radio.
No hate, no hype, no fear. Real people, real radio.
All right, we're back, Truth Seeker. The chore of doing this show on YouTube is having to mute the music. You know, you can't play those 20-second clips, or the big greedy record companies will have your whole video shut down. But anyhow, we're going to be taking your calls the rest of the way. Before we go further ahead, I want to say happy birthday to Miss Mildred, one of our favorite followers, great supporter of the community. It is her birthday today, so happy birthday, Miss Mildred. Didn't know that until showtime. So I hope you're having a great day out there. And we are at the time slot where Rambo takes the floor. So just so you know where you are in line, it'll be Rambo, then we're going to South Carolina, then Michigan, then Arizona, then Maryland, then Georgia, then California. But without further ado, how you doing, Rambo?
Thanks again, Zach. The highlight of my week.
Always glad to hear your voice, friend. And hopefully we'll start hearing a whole lot more than just once a week. So, what do you got for us today?
Yeah, hopefully. First, I want to shout out my friend Chris. He said he'd be listening in. I taught him Gematria for like the last 3 years or so. He knows I'm on it. He's never listened in. So hopefully he's listening in. I'm shouting him out.
Very cool.
I want to talk about a pattern and a synchronicity that I've been noticing. It links with the Super Bowl. I'm not making any predictions necessarily. I've just noticed some synchronicity. So I'm not saying go out and bet this. Pretty undeniable synchronicity. I don't know what it means. But I just want to point that out. But I've talked about the current Phoenix phenomenon, especially with Joker actor Joaquin Phoenix being the undisputed top celebrity at the moment. We've seen countless examples of people accomplishing major achievements after a loved one passes away, or the relative, friend, or associate dies shortly after their success. So the suggestion is that these people are ritual human sacrifices for the benefiting party. The nature of ritual magic is that the ritual can be enacted, and they're enacting a storyline, and the party reported dead may not necessarily actually be dead. That's the nature of a ritual. But can we prove that these are ritual sacrifices or simulated deaths? No, we can't. Admittedly, these are conspiracy theories, but those, like this audience, understand the esoteric underpinnings of the world, especially of the political and economic elite that run the world. They know that this is we know that this is a core component of their beliefs. A few weeks back, a caller astutely observed that the concept of a human sacrifice being necessary, literally a prerequisite for another person's improvement or advancement, is the core philosophy of Christianity. This concept predates Christianity by thousands and thousands of years, going back to the earliest acknowledged, recorded, documented civilization. That's the Sumerian civilization. They taught that the fallen angels, also known as Anunnaki or Elohim, also known as the Watchers, whatever you want to call them, they believe that they engineered man from basically an animal, a primate, to its current human status. But a prerequisite for the gift of such evolution was a blood sacrifice of one of the fallen ones, one of the gods, small g gods, or Elohim/Anunnaki. So this is a concept that goes back to the beginning of civilization. Some believe there would be no civilization without a blood sacrifice. You can look up the Atrahasis. I've mentioned this before, but in case somebody missed it, the Atrahasis is the Akkadian creation account based on the original Sumerian account. It's not that long. Plus, the rate of untimely deaths among celebrities defies reason. There's no intrinsic physical risk involved in being an entertainer or a public figure. If anything, their wealth and privilege should give them better security than that of the average person, with better health care. But real deaths do happen, so hopefully we can try to avoid dishonoring any genuine loss of life. But the top celebrity status of Joaquin Phoenix brings to mind the 1993 death of his brother, River Phoenix. His death synchronized with the Super Bowl. When you apply Gematria, Phoenix sums to 91. You did a blog and video decode of the 1988 Economist magazine cover that featured a future one world currency called the Phoenix. The date of that issue was 9th January, 9/1, like the Gematria of Phoenix. So it's not a coincidence. So there's a precedent to this. From River Phoenix's October 31st, 1993 death to the following Super Bowl, Super Bowl 28, was exactly 91 days. Not only does Phoenix sum to 91, his original full name, River Jude Bottom, sums to 91. That alone doesn't mean that there's an intentional connection between River Phoenix's death and the Super Bowl, but consider that this year, 2019, on the anniversary of his death, October 31st, Halloween, there was only one game in the NFL in the city of Phoenix, who hosted the 49ers. River Phoenix would have been 49 years old. In Gematria's purest cipher, that's full reduction or Pythagorean, Halloween sums to 41, and Super Bowl sums to 41. The date October 31st, written 10/31, 10 plus 31 equals 41, like the Gematria of Halloween and Super Bowl. Super Bowl also sums to 131 in ordinal and 49 in reverse reduction. So that's 131 and 49, that's Super Bowl. The date October 31st, 10/31, can be written 131 in numerology because 0 has no value. So, and it was the 49ers playing on 131 in Phoenix on Phoenix's death anniversary. That's some synchronicity. Dallas sums to 41 and 49, like Super Bowl. River Phoenix died 91 days before Dallas Cowboys defeated the Buffalo Bills. But he also died after Dallas defeated Buffalo in the previous Super Bowl. So he died in between Dallas triumphing over the Buffalo Bills in 2 Super Bowls. The former owner of the NFL's Phoenix Cardinals died the day before the unofficial release of Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. That was October 2nd he died, and the unofficial release was October 3rd. River Phoenix's death date of October 31st, 1993 left 130 days in the year. The following Super Bowl was held on 1/30, January 30th. Synchronicity between River Phoenix and this upcoming Super Bowl revolves around both his birthday and his death day. And the number 163. That's for this upcoming Super Bowl. 163. The upcoming Super Bowl, February 2nd, 2020, will be 163 days after River Phoenix's 2019 birthday of August 23rd. That's 163 days from his birthday to the Super Bowl. River Phoenix comes to 163. River Phoenix's wake was held at the Miami Funeral Home, Miami being the venue of the upcoming Super Bowl. River Phoenix died at age 23. He was pronounced dead at 151. 151 sums, when you spell it out, sums to 163. 23, when you spell it out, sums to 163. Miami Funeral Home sums to 163. Like River Phoenix sums to 163. And the Super Bowl is 163 days after his birthday. River Phoenix would have been 49 years old on his most recent birthday. When you spell out 49ers, it sums to 163. James Garoppolo sums to 163. Also, the protest phrase popularized by his brother Joaquin Phoenix's hit movie Joker, "We are all clowns," sums to 163. With 163 being so prominent, I noticed that earthquake sums to 163. And considering how strongly the 49ers are woven into this, 49ers is 163, James Garoppolo is 163. James Garoppolo is the quarterback for the 49ers. For those, I know not everybody's into sports, but he's the quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers. San Francisco is associated with earthquakes, especially in sports, when famously in 1989 there was the baseball equivalent of the Super Bowl, which would be the World Series. An earthquake interrupted the World Series in San Francisco, where the Giants were hosting the Bay Area neighbors, Oakland Athletics. This is just a thought, but with the Oakland Raiders slated to move to Las Vegas, maybe next year or the year after, and Las Vegas is another city associated with earthquakes. They had one just this past July 5th. The window is about to close on the possibility of a Bay Area Super Bowl. It's now or never. Maybe in 2021 there might be a chance if those stadiums are ready. But and remember that this year in baseball they honored the Earthquake Bay Area World Series on August 11th. So could they honor that World Series again in the Super Bowl? Like I said, 163 is a huge point of synchronicity. Las Vegas, where the Oakland Raiders are moving to, was officially incorporated on 163, 16th March in 1911. Again, earthquake equals 163. And Vegas just had one. In Gematria, 49ers Raiders Super Bowl sums to 163. The 1989 earthquake during the Bay Area Oakland versus San Francisco World Series was an activation of the Loma Prieta fault line. Raiders quarterback is Derek Carr. Do a Gematria comparison between Derek Carr and Loma Prieta. It's a super match in 3 out of 4 corresponding base ciphers. That's Derek Carr and Loma Prieta. With the upcoming Super Bowl being the 54th, and that number being significant in awards and championships in multiple sports and outside of sports this year, there should be a 54 to the decode. Last week I talked about the Fox reporter Erin Andrews' birthday of May the 4th, 5-4, which is the number of Venus. She's a Taurus, May 4th. Being significant when her post-game interview with Jimmy Garoppolo, 49ers quarterback, went viral. But her birthday was significant to the ritual of May the 4th, and that made her Taurus. A Taurus ruled by Venus. Venus is 54. Well, the city of Oakland, California, was officially incorporated on May the 4th in 1852. So there's your 54 with Oakland. One other thing with 91, I think how Phoenix is 91. River Jude Bottom is 91. And the Super Bowl is 91 days after he died. Derek Carr, the quarterback for the Raiders, he was born in 91, just as the 49ers quarterback, Jimmy Garoppolo, was born in 91. So, that's another thing. Another thing about Derek Carr, his middle name is Dallas. It's Derek Dallas Carr. And that's interesting because there's been a lot of Dallas seems to be coming up in a lot of decodes, so maybe Dallas might be indicating, a little hidden Dallas that most aren't thinking about. Derek Carr, the quarterback, he's Dallas. And one other thing, the Oscars, the Academy Awards, will be held the Sunday following the Super Bowl. So 7 days later, exactly, will be the Academy Awards. And the favorite to win is Joaquin Phoenix, and you can guarantee if he wins it, he will dedicate it to River Phoenix. So, yeah, River Phoenix will come front and center when his brother wins the Oscar. Yeah, that's what I got for you tonight, Zach.
Great thoughts as always. Very interesting observations. To add to your Jimmy Garoppolo notes, to go with your 163 list, you could point out that in his career he became 16-3, 16 wins, 3 losses on Veterans Day, and Veterans Day equals 163. So interesting.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of 163. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Rambo.
Yeah. I'm not saying go out and bet it. Just I've noticed the synchronicity. It's interesting.
Yeah, it is very interesting. So great work as always.
Yeah, man. Let me assure you.
Yeah, and I am going to contact you tomorrow and get your email address so I can get you a login for the new site, which is about to launch too, and you can start posting your findings there as much as you want and as long as you want to. So I will be in touch with you tomorrow. Really appreciate it, Rambo.
Could you actually tomorrow I'll be out all day. Maybe Friday will be better. I'll be out all day tomorrow.
Friday's fine. Then I will give you a call Friday. You got it.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Thanks a lot.
All right. You take care. Have a good night.
All right.
All right. See you.
Well, have a good night.
Yep. Thanks. All right. That was Rambo. And let's go out to South Carolina, who's been so patient.
Hello.
Hello, you are on.
What's going on, Zach?
What's up, man?
Just want to tell you, I've been paying attention to your work for many, many years. Never called in though, just always paid attention from the distance. But doing great work.
Thank you.
Real quick, I was having this thought about the number 41 and all of these numbers popping up with about 322 and Skull and Bones, and so my mind started rolling with it. And so the last time that really happened, I thought about like 9/11 and things of that nature, and what had happened with 9/11. And so I put in Gematria the 41. 41 equals like 118. So I thought about death, and I also thought about how it equals 35, and how impeach equals 35 when we're dealing with the whole impeachment thing with Donald Trump, and also how 88, that's a big number with Donald Trump. 88 equals 48, and also equals 118 in Jewish Gematria, in the Jewish ordinal. But the 48 stuck out to me because created chaos equals 48. And so like that's when my mind started thinking about 9/11 and things of this nature, and how you had the Joker movie out now, Donald Trump calling himself Batman at one time. And then what was odd about the cipher that I'm gonna finish up here was that I put in Hell on Earth. And so Hell on Earth equals 118, 55, and 53. Also equals 112. So like all of these different numbers, just kind of, it was just weird that kind of synchronized with that, and how all of these different numbers are playing all in together. I just kind of wanted to put that out there. I did a quick breakdown for real quick before I got on the show.
Yeah, very interesting. Great observations. And again, with regards to September 11th, that happened on a date with 41 numerology. Al-Qaeda equals 41, Saudi Arabia 41. So, yeah, it's a number that's very important to people. Again, it's the 13th prime number. USA equals 41, 13 colonies, 13 stripes. So, yeah, great observations.
That's it, though. That's all for tonight.
Well, thank you for calling in. Nice to hear your voice, and I appreciate that you've been supporting for so long. It means a lot. So, call us back.
Have a good one.
All right, take care, friend. Okay, let's see. We got about 6 minutes till the break. One of our great callers from Arizona. How are you this evening?
Hanging in there, brother. How you been, man? How they treating you?
Oh, I'm doing fine, man. Just just trying to stay loose, man. I'm feeling older and tighter, so.
I can't see. Are you standing tonight?
Yeah, I'm standing, man. I'm sore this week.
Yeah, all that sitting, huh?
Yeah, it is, man. It's too much.
Drooling, man. You need somebody. You need to hire somebody, dude.
I do.
You really do, man. All that grunt work.
Yeah, it's too much, man.
No, I just caught it. I didn't have too much to say tonight, but I remember when I first ran into you, I saw an old video where you covered, I didn't even have time to go back and look at it yet to see what you actually covered on it, but I remember you, I think it's when you were still doing things on the chalkboard, or not, the Gabriel Giffords shooting down here in Tucson.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, just kind of funny, man. I work with a guy, right, and, at the post office there, and was it yesterday he was telling me there's a customer of his is a anesthesiologist, right, at the Tucson Medical Center. That's the same place that, these supposed people that this Jared Lochner shot, right?
Right.
With the TNC. So he's an anesthesiologist there. He still works there, of course, but he was not a part of that at all. But what's quite interesting is he was telling my buddy that all the people that were associated with her shooting and all that, when she came into the hospital there, not one of those people still work at that hospital. They're all gone, Zach, all of them.
Huh. Yeah. All for the operation, I'm sure. I mean, nobody could ever convince me that that wasn't a hoax. I mean, they even put out the image of her laying there on the floor with like a little hand towel, supposedly, I mean, it's just a joke.
Right. And my buddy was like, well, did she get shot in the, the forehead and it came out the back of her head, or was it in the back of the head out the front, right? There was two stories. They couldn't even get that straight. Right. And he couldn't say a whole lot, but what he did say was that none of those people worked there. And it just showed you what they're doing, man. They just move these people in when they're going to do one of these fake-ass shootings. They just move them all into position, and then these people are gone. Then they move them on somewhere else, And now, which I didn't even know, I didn't realize till today, but I call her Martha, Martha McSally, Martha McStupid. She was the one that was just put into office. I mean, we know there's no elections anyway, but people didn't even vote for her, right? When Kyle, the senator out here in Arizona, when he retired, he just put her in office, right? Well, this Mark Kelly. Mark Kelly is Gabby Gifford's husband, right? He's running against her now. And I guarantee you, they had all that planned out long ago.
Right.
Long ago. When I was just looking him up, did you know he got a brother named Scott Kelly?
Yeah, twin brother.
Oh, it's a twin. I was like, they look identical.
Yeah.
But they were both astronauts.
Right.
Both. I mean, couldn't that be more clear what's going on?
Exactly. So,
I mean, it's just so stupid, people. How can't you see through this? I mean, you know, I was talking to a guy the other night, and he was telling me he's got a real good friend, right? And he's been officiating for years, Zach. Real good official, he said. Really good. But he can't make it to the next level, you know? And my buddy told me, he's like, you know why, man? Because you're not in the club, dude. You got to be in the club.
Right.
You don't get to the next level unless you're in the club. It doesn't matter how good you are. And if you are that good, then they might recruit you.
Right. And you should tell them you probably don't want to be, because you might end up like one of the umpires in this year's 115th World Series. So.
Well, yeah, exactly. Right. How do they do that too, you know?
And their ages, I mean, again, for people who don't know, the two umpires. One was 52 years old, the other was 63 years old, 115 combined years during the 115th World Series. Two umpires dropped dead. I mean, come on.
Yeah, man, it's just crazy. And that I missed that part. I saw your post where on the Skull and Bones the other night. I saw where Reed got his 202nd, right?
Yep.
And the combined points of 41, both Skull and Bones numbers. But I didn't realize the game was 3 hours and 22 minutes on the 322nd day of the year. I'm like, oh my God, where did you hear that at?
Actually, it was Kayla, who does the sports decodes, that caught it. So she showed it to me.
I mean, it's just like ridiculous. I mean, it's like, it just tells me it's like, even if the game wasn't that close, that's the way they're going to report it. You know, it's just it was probably close enough.
Hey,
just report it that way.
Pause right there. The music just came on. We'll be right back after the break, everybody.
Truth Frequency Radio is your #1 source for news and information without the hate, hype, and fear. We're proud to feature cutting-edge programs like The Christopher Everard Show, The Covert Report with Susan Lindauer, Enemy Within Radio with Tom Barnes, Freaky Friday with The Woo Crew, The Gematria Effect with Zachary Hubbard, America's Evil Genius with Travis Cook, Phoenix Rising Radio with Phoenix, Quantum Connections with Lucky, and dozens more. Did you know you can listen from any telephone by dialing 641-793-7117 or call into your favorite show toll free at 833-TFR-LIVE. Uncensored talk and news you won't hear in the mainstream media. Truth Frequency Radio, your protection from deception.
Special report. House impeachment inquiry. I'm Evan Haining. On Capitol Hill, impeachment hearings are adjourned until tomorrow. First, Ambassador Gordon Sondland testified for nearly 6 hours, telling lawmakers that he worked with Rudy Giuliani on Ukraine policy at President Trump's direction, and that everyone was in the loop as Giuliani and Trump pressed Ukraine for investigations into a quid pro quo.
It became very clear to all three of us that if we wanted to move the relationship forward, President Trump was not really interested in engaging. He wanted Rudy to handle it.
Testifying at the second hearing was David Hale, Undersecretary of State for Political Affairs, and longtime Defense Department official Laura Cooper, who underlined the importance of delivering military aid to Ukraine.
These are forces that are fighting to defend themselves against Russian aggression every day. It's an ongoing war.
I'm Evan Haining. The political world's attention now turns to Atlanta, where 10 Democratic candidates are set for the fifth party debate, which correspondent Bob Costantini says is based on various polling criteria.
This debate will allow the Democrats to stoke their differences on health care, from the Medicare for All positions of Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren to the hold-on attitudes of Pete Buttigieg and Joe Biden. The former vice president is pushing the idea of making modest improvements to Obamacare. Buttigieg may also get some attention from the others since he's risen in the polls in Iowa, the first caucus state.
A readout from last month's meeting suggests that a divided Federal Reserve is in no hurry to revisit interest rate changes. Correspondent Jen Johnson.
The Fed voted 8-2 to lower a benchmark interest rate by 1/4 point, but most of the policymakers concluded that's about right to support an outlook for moderate growth, a strong labor market, and an inflation rate near the objective of 2%.
The Dow fell 113 points to 27,821.
Frequency Radio.
Condition orange. Condition orange. Situation Delta in effect. Please enter your agent number now, followed by the hash key.
We have to create culture. Don't watch TV. Don't read magazines. Don't even listen to NPR.
Time comes when silence is betrayal.
More for themselves and less for everybody else. But I'll tell you what they don't want. They don't want a population of citizens capable of critical thinking. They don't want well-informed, well-educated people capable of critical thinking. They're not interested in that. That doesn't help them. Think for yourself. Question 3.
This code has been compromised.
All right, we're back, Truth Seeker. Over the break, a question was asked. Can I look into the story of the 42 skulls found in Mexico? So I will do that. I'm wondering if that story came yesterday, because yesterday was the day leaving 42 days left in the year. And then the day before that was the 322nd day of the year, the old Skull and Bones number. So I will look into it. First I've heard of it. But before we do that, let's go back to Arizona, who got interrupted by the commercial break.
Nah, brother, it's all good, man. I just, that's why I was calling in. I heard that a couple of days ago. I thought that was quite interesting.
Yes, indeed. Anything else?
Hey, one other thing I wanted, go ahead, about NSM. I don't know, a week or two. I don't know if you remember him talking about that. It's a supplement, but it's sulfur, because our body, I think that's like the third most plentiful thing in our bodies.
Right.
And maybe with your back, you might look into that. I've been taking it for about a month, and, you know, I had some tendonitis in my elbow, I had some, you know, just joint thing, and it's pretty much gone. And I've got my wife taking it too, because she had a little bit of an accident. We were on this hayride thing. I'm not even going to get into all that, but she's been taking that. It's actually relieving a lot of her pain. So I don't know if it would help you or not, but it might be something to look into, man.
Sure. Yeah, no, I will look into it.
It's going to cut your if you got swelling anywhere or anything like that, it's going to get rid of it, man.
Okay. Yeah, I need something. Getting older and sore, yeah.
It's sulfur. And I know a lot of the food, I mean, I know you eat good, but, I mean, the food just doesn't have the sulfur in it like it's supposed to, like it used to.
Right, yeah.
You know, or, you know, the powers, as you said, it shouldn't be. They took all that out with the fertilizer. It doesn't have all that in it anymore like it used to.
Right, yep.
And our body needs that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I will look into that. So I got to figure out something here. I don't like feeling sore and old each day, so I'm on it.
No, man, you're too young for that shit, man.
That's for sure, man. So.
All right, man. Well, hey, thanks for everything you do, man.
Well, you got it, man. Have a great night. Appreciate the call. All right, take care.
All right, see you around. Later.
All righty, from Arizona to Maryland. What's going on, Maryland?
Hello.
Hello, you're on.
Peace, man. Peace, Zach. How you doing, man?
Doing well. Thanks for calling in.
Didn't have me. Good, man. Pleasure talking to you as always, man. Didn't really have anything too deep. Didn't want to make a couple of comments. You're still operating on the same page, correct? The same ID and everything, 19th page or whatever?
Well, that page is suspended right now, so I started a new channel.
That's why I'm not getting the notifications. I'm trying to listen in. I'm like, I had to call in order to, know what was what. So What is the new page?
It's Gematria Effect News, and if you search for it, it's probably not going to come up unless you sort it by date. So when you type Gematria Effect News, you got to click the sort by date, and then it should come up.
Gotcha. It must have been like that last week because I missed a good chunk of the show last week. I didn't get a notification until later. Or maybe it just happened. I don't know. I didn't get a notification at all either.
Well, last week YouTube wouldn't let me start the live stream until an hour and a half into the show, so we missed the first hour and a half, and then the next morning when I woke up, there was a strike on the channel, so I haven't been able to use it. So.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I appreciate you giving me the heads up and able to find you again now. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, comment about the game in Mexico. I thought that was interesting. The football game, Mexico equals 33. They made sure to bring in the two C teams, Chargers and Chiefs, the third letter.
Right.
I thought that was interesting with the 33.
Yeah.
Then at the end of the game, I kept trying to figure out who was going to win the game, and then of course I could have figured it out myself, but I just looked at the records a little bit more thoroughly. One team, the Chiefs, ended up being 7-4. The other team ended up being 4-7, the Chargers. So I thought that was
right. And that stadium,
like a smack in the face right there.
That stadium named Aztec Stadium equals 74. And the thing that I liked about the Chiefs was that if the home team lost, who was the Chargers technically, then home teams were going to be 6-6 on Monday Night Football for the season. That stadium was built in 66.
Right.
And 66 is the 11th triangular number. It was the last game of Week 11. Plus, I like that Andy Reid could get his 202nd win because Skull and Bones equals 202. And that game was on the 322nd day of the year. 322, that big number was Skull and Bones. So
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
Indeed, I was just about to say that, exactly. That was really crazy. Man.
And what's crazy is the game, they said the game lasted exactly 3 hours and 22 minutes. 3 hours and 22 minutes, 322 is 202 minutes, like how Reed got his 202nd win.
See, that's deep. And then I thought about as well, was there like an underlying, we know that the Chiefs is, the chief itself, I guess, is to be looked at as kind of like a Native American type of thing. And then I looked into, I guess, being at the Skull and Bones, the 322 that is written on the skull itself is Geronimo's skull. So I thought, is that maybe something there? So I really thought the Chiefs were going to lose, to be honest with you. But, like you say, I thought that game was a little too close to call anyway.
Sure, sure. Yeah, that's
true.
I
guess I'll leave with this. Yeah, that was deep, right? I thought that was interesting. But, I guess the last comment, I left it on a comment on one of your videos early on in the week. I believe the one that you were talking about with Nike equaling 39. And immediately I went to go punch up Saturn, of course, and that's 93. And then the same thing with Newport. Newport is also Saturn's rings, just like the Nike symbol was Saturn's rings. And if you show Newport is also 39, like a pack of Newport. So I thought that was interesting. But, that's all I got, man.
Great observations. Really appreciate it, friend. You have a good night.
Definitely, man. I appreciate you, man. You as well, man.
All right, thanks, man. Take care.
Later.
All right, let's go out to Georgia. You're on, Georgia.
Hey, Zach.
Hey.
I'm just listening tonight, man. I'll catch up with you next week, bro.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks for phoning in.
No problem.
All right, California. You're up, California. Oh, you know what? I went to Michigan. California, you'll be next. I hit the Michigan button. Michigan, you're on. Michigan?
Hey, Zach, I heard California, and my line was unmuted, and I'm like, whoa, I'm in California now?
I hit the wrong button, so it was your lucky day.
That's all right, brother. I'm just listening too, brother.
All right. Well, appreciate you listening. You have a good night.
You too.
All right, take care. All right, let's go back to California this time. All right, California, you got it.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi, Zach. Hey, are you streaming tonight on YouTube?
I am. I'm on the new channel because the other new channel's already suspended. So.
Okay, I've searched all over. I can't find it, so I'll keep looking.
Well, you got to do a
I
search.
can't find that channel.
You got to
New
search
channel.
Gematria Effect News, and you have to do sort by date, and then you should be able to find it.
Okay, I was looking for the name channel. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, welcome. All right.
Just listening. Don't hang up on me. I'm listening.
You got it, friend. Have a good night.
Thank you.
That's what I hate about YouTube is like when they censor a channel, maybe they should put up a notification. This channel's suspended. Or just like some way that people know. Because that's what people are always wondering, like, how come Zach's not posting any videos? I feel like at this point they should the suspicion should be, well, he must be suspended again. And of course the latest suspension was for covering the shooting in California on the date that we said to circle a month in advance. I feel like YouTube shouldn't suspend you for that. I feel like they should promote you to the top. Wow, this guy, he's like called out the dates that shootings are going to happen so many times over so many years. More people need to know about this. You know? Said circle November 14, 2019, a month in advance because it was the date with the 44 and 64 numerology. It was the date you see a lot of tragedies, including shootings. And I made 2 videos on it. It's funny, they gave me a strike for the 3-minute video on it and then let the video that's over an hour be up, which I'm sure eventually, I'm worried that tomorrow they're going to strike down the other video because then I have a feeling that's what they're going to do because then the 1-week suspension will be up and then I'll get a new 2-week suspension for having 2 strikes. I have a feeling they're going to do something like that, so that's why I built this channel. Usually once you get 1 strike, it's not too far off. Number 2 and 3 coming right behind it. All right, let's go out to Philadelphia.
Yo, Zach, man, what's going on?
Another day in paradise. What are you up to?
All right, first I want to tell you, your back, you used to have problems with your back?
Well, just lately from sitting so much, doing the decoding that I do all day, but yeah, it's more of a recent thing.
Okay, because acupuncture knocks it right out.
Yeah, that would be something to look into. Okay.
You can get acupuncture, get with an Asian doctor that has herbal practice. Take care of it. Maybe even do massage. But the needles, you get it right out.
Okay. Appreciate that.
All right. Yeah, no problem. Couple things. Sunday night's game, I noticed that, not Sunday night, Sunday afternoon going into Sunday night's game. They said during, I think halftime, Tom Brady had 14 incompletions and he had 104 yards.
Huh.
Going into the half, yeah. I don't know if anyone caught that. Yeah. And they were talking about, well, he had 14 incompletions and, going into the half and, then they showed the stats and he had 104 yards passing.
Interesting.
So, I want to see what the 14, because you have 14 there, 104 and 14. Well, 104 and 14, what do you have on that?
Well, let me check something real quick. Yeah, when you write out 14 as a word with the alphabetic order, it does something to 104. What that game was all about was the storyline before the game was that Tom Brady wanted revenge. And the word revenge equals 76. And by the Eagles losing that game, they fell to 7-6 against the Patriots. And then the other thing that was hilarious is that game was exactly 93 weeks after Super Bowl 52. And Super Bowl 52 was in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Minneapolis, Minnesota equals 93. It's on the 93rd meridian. The ref that was on the field for the Patriots-Eagles game was ref number 52. And with that ref, the Patriots became 9-3, exactly 93 weeks after Super Bowl 52 in the revenge match. Also, Brady picked up his 216th win in the regular season, it was Belichick's 216th day of his age. And if you write out the key of David, it equals 216. That's part of the Bible prophecy in the letter written to the Church of Philadelphia. And speaking of which, church and Philadelphia both sum to 61, like Christian, like Christmas, like Jesus, like cross. Brady stayed on 61 losses in the regular season by beating Philadelphia. So, quite a little riddle there. Yeah.
Interesting. Did you have any of that on your other page for sports? I'm sorry, your site.
Yeah, we did all that before the game on the Patreon. Yeah, I had the Patriots winning that game because of that stuff.
Okay, so now the what was it? 17-10. So you have 27 there. What was I thinking? 27 with the score total. And it's just funny to me how all of a sudden the Patriots, their offense, they're struggling, but yet, they were still able to score 17 points or come up with 17 unanswered points. I'm still struggling with this because it's like, okay, we got all the riddles, or, you got all the riddles, and then sometimes we can catch things, by, looking at your work and everything. But at the same time, I see you guys celebrating. So are they celebrating, due to the fact that, okay, yeah, we won the game, or whatever the case is, or celebrating a play or whatever, or are they celebrating the script?
I think they're celebrating the script. Yeah. So.
Yeah. I thought about that. Even with them, exchanging jersey numbers. Jerseys, and so on and so forth. And it's just like the thing was two callers before. He said, how can you not catch this?
Right.
Game exactly a certain amount of hours, and then a certain amount of days match up with the hours and minutes, and it's just I just don't know what to make of this stuff anymore. Even though I talk to people about this, and some people they're kind of they're up on it, but yet everybody still acts like this is real. Like it's a real thing. Like, this team is better than this team, and this player is better than that player. But I mean, it's I don't know, man. People talk to me, oh yeah, your 49ers are doing this, and I'm just like, yeah, whatever. I don't watch the games.
Right. I know it, man. People are wrapped up in its culture, and so many people. I mean, football is the one thing they really wait for during the course of the year. So there's a big psychological aspect. Mm-hmm.
So I mean, okay. So I've heard Rambo. I mean, I actually called in, I guess, like halfway through. But so is he making a case for 49ers and Raiders?
I think if I was listening to what he was saying, I think he was making a case for the Buffalo Bills in the AFC and possibly the 49ers. So.
Oh, that's a Chris Berman. That's one of his Super Bowls. He always said that the 49ers and the Buffalo Bills are going to be in the Super Bowl.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Buffalo? Really?
Yeah, that would be a funny Super Bowl.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be that'll be funny. But yeah, he did have a lot of interesting things with Jimmy Garoppolo, the whole 163 thing, and it's just, man, like, I just can't look at it like I used to anymore. Just like it's like wrestling, and wrestling is even more horrible than all of this.
Right, it is.
So yeah. But that 14 and 104 thing, 14 incompletions. Oh, yeah, it was 104 yards. Coming out of the half, and it's just, all right, man. That's all I needed to see.
So, about 14 and 104, 7/4/1776 is a date with 104 numerology, and USA equals 14, and at halftime there were 19 points scored. The word flag equals 19 and 17. And so the Patriots won with 17 points. And remember, it's all about the flag with those two teams. I mean, when we called the Eagles-Patriots Super Bowl after Week 3, the season where they met, we showed how it was a ritual all synced up with the flag. And Donald Trump taking on the NFL on September 23rd, 23/9, like how the flag was sewn at 239 Arch Street in Philly. And 239 is the 52nd prime number. And it was a re-meeting of teams that met 13 years earlier, the Patriots and Eagles, like the 13 stripes on the flag, and the Eagles won that Super Bowl with 41 points. Super Bowl equals 41. 41 is the 13th prime. In this case, the Patriots beat the Eagles in the rematch and improved to 9-1. 91's the 13th triangular number. So I think in the game with the numbers, they're going for tributes to the flag and tributes to the nation. You know, you got the Eagles, home of the flag, and the Patriots with the white dude and the flag on the side of the helmet.
So, but is this the end? It's the whole. Okay. So the protest is it safe to say that that's over? Because I haven't heard anything about protesting except for
Kaepernick.
Kaepernick, you know, and then him, you know, and holding his workout. Now I don't know if you got anything from that, but
oh yeah, I got a lot out of that.
You know. Yeah. I would like. Don't get any notifications from you.
Well, you're probably not subscribed to the new channel because I had to create another new channel. So.
Okay, I'll go look for that.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you had anything on that. I'm wondering what the Super Bowl is going to be this year. I really am.
Yeah.
You know, people are making cases for New Orleans. You know, some people making cases for Baltimore. You know, it goes on and on.
Well, remember what we've been talking about since before the beginning of last season, the War of 1812, where the national anthem came out of, which is the big thing at the center of the controversy. Came out of the War of 1812, which ended with the Battle of New Orleans, and the national anthem was written in Baltimore. So I am wondering about those two teams, if that could be where we're going.
Yeah. Oh, Saints and Ravens.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a possible matchup. So when the Ravens won the Super Bowl over the 49ers, that game was in New Orleans, so that might be something to look into as well. That was Super Bowl 47.
Okay, so Ravens 49ers.
Well, I'm just saying that there's a connection there too, just because that Super Bowl was in New Orleans. So.
Right.
And Baltimore won it there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, man. I gotta get some decoding. I gotta find your book. I need to download your book again from my email.
Okay.
So I gotta get to these numbers. I really do, because I mean I'm seeing them all over the place.
Yeah.
And I know certain ones stand, and so I need to get to it. Yeah.
All right, man. I appreciate it. You have a good night.
Okay, you too. Didn't forget, I'm still on top of the Eagles thing too. I'm still on it.
Okay. All right. Looking forward to it, man. You have a good night. Take care. Okay. Let's see. We got about 2.5 minutes till the break. Let's go out to New York City.
Hey, Zach, what's going on?
Hey, man, what's up?
While this impeachment thing is going on, that news about Israel with the settlements, that the breaking that 41-year agreement,
right?
That kind of went on the low when you look at it.
Nobody talked about that.
Nobody's really talking about that.
I put out a video on it on my new channel, but only 50 people are subscribed there, so almost no one saw it. But yeah, exactly. That was on the 322nd day of the year. Old Skull and Bones number. Skull and Bones equals 41. It was a 41-year-old agreement. It's not hard to see who's behind the orchestrating of these events. So
And just before you came to me, I was looking on CNN. I think Israel did some strikes on Syria today, I think. So it's like with all this impeachment stuff, that the people not realize what's going on in the world. And then you hear about Russia, they want to build military bases in Africa and all types of stuff like that.
Right.
You didn't see that story about Russia want to build military base in Africa.
I did see that, yeah. So
everybody just consumed with this impeachment and sports and stuff, and not really know what's going on in the world and stuff. And did you see the story about the pregnant French woman who got attacked by some wild dogs or something in the woods?
I didn't see that story. No.
That was on CNN.
Huh.
Yeah. So I just think, and then it was another story in America about a dog attacking somebody. So you get these dog attack stories in the last week. I'm noticing. So what you think it is about the dog attacks in the news?
I'd have to think about that one. I don't have an answer right now, but I'll pay attention to that.
All right. This is my last point before I get on. Okay, since JFK anniversary is coming up, November 22nd. You see anything happening on that day or the day after?
It's gonna be a date with 72 numerology, Jesuit order number. I'll have to take a look at that. That is a good thought. Yeah, we're just days away, so 2 days from now. I'll take a peek at that.
Okay, that's it then.
All right, appreciate it, man. You have a good night.
Oh, okay.
His timing's good because here comes the music. And the commercials are about to kick on, so be right back, Truth Seeker.
It's amazing how people have been raving about iAlife all over Facebook. They've been posting their testimonials just because they want to get the word out because it's worked so well for them. If you're not familiar with iAlife, it's a 99% pure CBD oil, but the secret is the synergy between the hemp and the ayahuasca vine, the non-psychoactive component of the ayahuasca tea. We recently received an email from a wife whose husband has Parkinson's. For the first time, he's been able to sleep through the entire night. Another customer reported that they're no longer using NSAIDs because their tennis elbow has been relieved with iAlife. The reports have been phenomenal and much more than we ever expected. Everyone should have access to this. That's why if you head on over to iAlife.com right now and use coupon code TFR, we'll give you $5 towards your order. And we'll even ship it worldwide. That's ialife.com, ayalife.com.
Do you want to lose weight but have no idea where to begin? The Fast Start Diet, a 3-day weight loss plan, is the answer. 3 days of nutritionally balanced, calorie-restricted meals delivered right to your door. No shopping, no measuring, and no cooking. Everything is prepared for you and ready to eat at home or on the go. The Fast Start Diet has all the amazing benefits of intermittent fasting without starving. We've helped thousands of people who have struggled to reach their weight loss goals. Isn't it time we helped you? With the Fast Start Diet, you'll lose weight and feel great.
Find us on Amazon or go to faststartdiet.com and use promo code POWER to get $10 off your first box. As a special bonus, we will include our #1 rated Lipo3 appetite suppressant spray free with your order. Whatever your diet plans are, start with us at faststartdiet.com and use promo code POWER.
Greetings, Earth Explorers. My name is Brooks Agnew, and I am your host on X Squared Radio every Sunday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on the Truth Frequency Radio Network. This is where the past meets the future. We explore the mysteries of the universe and of the Earth. We might go a little past your imagination, but have no fear. You will be safely traveling with us. We will dissolve the propaganda of dangerous people with dangerous plans for the planet. We will discuss the latest technologies and challenges for humankind. We will discover the safest place for you to stand when the thinkings and doings of mankind come flying apart, and how you can be one of the people that helps put it back together. Join us.
No hate, no hype,
have no fear.
You're listening to Truth Frequency Radio.
We are TFR.
All right, we're back. True Secrets, the midway point. We got an hour and a half left. We're taking your calls the rest of the way. If you want to phone in, the number is 213-233-3998. Again, 213-233-3998. We're going to go to North Carolina, then New York, then California, then Michigan, then Hawaii, then Canada. And after that, the line is open. So, North Carolina, thank you for phoning in.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, I'm mostly just listening, but I do have a pretty decent point that I think you might find interesting.
Please.
If you take the Cleveland Browns and, their pre-1999 record, I think they have like 421 wins or something like that, and basically if you add up what they had pre-99 and you add up what the Ravens have now, and if the Ravens were to go 11-5 and then 3-0 in the playoffs and win, it would be 666 wins.
Huh.
So I think that was pretty darn interesting.
That is interesting. Yeah, that's very interesting.
Yeah. I mean, you might want to do the math yourself and kind of, verify it, but I've checked it a few times, and if they get that top 2 seed and they go 11-5 in the regular season, then it should be 666.
Sure. For people out there who might be confused why you're adding those teams together, that Browns team became the Baltimore Ravens. So I'll look into that. That's interesting.
Yeah. And that's including playoffs and everything. Like, add the Browns playoffs, prior to 99, and then add the current Ravens playoffs and all the regular season wins.
Yeah. Huh. I will check that out. Very interesting.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
Appreciate it. Yeah. You have a good night. Take care. All right. Let's go out to New York. What's going on, New York?
Hey, Brother Zach. How you feeling, buddy?
Doing
I
well.
hear you're a little sore.
I am, man.
Listen, well, first of all, you got to rest. And when all these guys want extra calls and stuff and picks, you should take a day off, bro. These nuts over there on Patreon think you got to work like a dog, man. So, but look, seriously, there's MSM good stuff, natural news. Just Google the article, naturalnews.com, 21 ways that MSM, or organic sulfur, helps the body. Number 4, the fourth thing that it does, it reduces muscle and joint inflammation, promotes healing, is quickened. Athletes, in particular, benefit from this. So a lot of health benefits. I mean, hair, gland production, helps eliminate free radicals in your body. Great article, naturalnews.com. Mike Adams is the author of this. Great article, 21 ways MSM helps your body. Also, I had tore my shoulder, had a tear in my rotator cuff. It was 2 years ago. Went through acupuncture. Man, that was another blessing. I hooked up with this really good Chinese guy in town. He was also an MD, but he was also a licensed, acupuncturist. His father did it. So find a good acupuncturist, my friend. Take the MSM. You could take 5 capsules in the morning, 5 in the evening. They're 1,000 milligrams each. I would do that for at least for a month. I've seen this help a lot of guys. A lot of guys I've seen with all sorts of aches and pains. You can purchase MSM online at pipingrock.com. Pipingrock.com.
Okay.
Good stuff. This is what we need in our body. Our health is our wealth, my friend.
Indeed. Indeed. All right. Yeah, cool. Found the website.
And now real quick. Good. Yeah, naturalnews.com. You got pipingrock.com. Check that article out. And real quickly, great call on that Andy Reid getting his 102nd win there in with the Kansas City. The day, just amazing. 322nd day of the year. The game went 322 minutes. You know, the total 41 points. They're Skull and Bones 41, 202 Skull and Bones. Just amazing, amazing work. But what I was going to ask you is about the new website, your new channel, because I'm looking for it. I couldn't find it. How do I find it? What do I have to Google? What do I got to go to?
Yeah, go to YouTube.
Into my search engine.
Go to YouTube and search Gematria Effect News, and then do it, and then sort by date. And if you scroll down 3 or 4, you should see the new channel. They're trying to keep it hidden, so.
Of course. Okay, and hey, what was the breaking news story that you did today? I didn't get a chance. I was busy working. What was the news story that you led with tonight, or one of the big things that are happening? I know there's political theater, there's all BS, that and the sports, but what's going on?
Yeah, the story that I talked about today was the political theater, the impeachment testimony of Gordon Sondland, and then Monday late I did the video on the moves they're making in Israel on the 322nd day of the year. So those were the stories.
Oh yeah, of course. I call it Israel.
Yeah.
All right, brother. Yeah, and great book for anybody that has not read the Protocols of the Learned Elders of Zion. Check this out. Great read, Protocols, Learned Elders of Zion. All right, brother. Be blessed. Keep safe out there. We'll continue to support your Patreon page, brother.
Appreciate it, man.
Keep it going.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a big Super Bowl win. We think we got the winners over here, but I'm keeping mum on that.
All right.
Ciao.
All right, appreciate it, man. You have a good night. And what's funny is I typed in the Natural News article to look for it, and the first thing that comes up on Google is a rationale wiki about natural news. And, of course, they call it a quack site. I guess if you do anything legitimate and helpful in the world to other people, Rationale Wiki will make a page about you and slander you and call you a quack. Yeah, I'd love to see the people who are responsible for that site. Let's go out to California.
Hey Zach, I'm just listening, but about them keeping your channel a secret.
Yeah.
I called in maybe half hour ago. Dude, I found it finally, but I'm telling you, it was difficult. It's never been like that before, and it just blows my mind. Because they know, here's the deal, I watch you exclusively, so YouTube knows what I should like, right?
Right.
And shouldn't they send me, like, oh, here's something new you might like? No way are they doing that.
Yeah.
So, and I'm getting lots of, like, what they send me, what I would like is, like, Fox News, here's the new latest from Fox News, and all this stuff, and I just go, what are they doing to me? Where is all my stuff that they used to send me that I like?
Indeed.
So, anyway.
Indeed.
And so I'm putting it out, I want to put it out there that, you have to do exactly what you said to find your channel. You have to search Gematria Effect News, and you have to go up and do the latest deal. Otherwise, you're not going to find it.
Right, yeah. You got to sort by date and scroll down a little bit. But, yeah, that's how it works.
Sort by date. It's the only way it's going to happen. That is just bullshit.
It is. Yeah, you're right. It is.
Anyway.
All right, friend, grab the foundation.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, no. You got more to say? Go ahead. You go ahead.
No. What I got to say is, like, I don't have a lot to contribute because I work all the time, but I'm a real faithful listener, and I listen all the time. I don't call very much. But I want people to contribute. I contribute in the way that I can, which is a little monetarily. And so I wanted to throw that out there.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that very much, and appreciate you calling in tonight, too, and thank you for supporting. It means a lot.
You bet, brother. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, you have a good night. Take care. Yeah, what I thought was weird about this channel is not only are they making it super hard to find, but I just find it weird how few subscribers it has, because, I mean, I've posted it in a lot of different places, and I would imagine that more people would have signed up by now, so I think the censorship just gets thicker and thicker with each new channel created, which would only make sense, I suppose. Let's go out to Michigan.
Hey, Zach, it's pretty synchronicity that you called on me thinking I was that California dude the last time you came to me, and I switched phones, and he hung up and called back.
Yeah.
And you went to him and then me.
Yeah, that is weird. That is weird.
That's pretty cool. But I guess I do have something to contribute. I came up with this little ditty that I think sums it all up, and I'd like you to do the gematria on it. This is what I tell people. Ask your favorite relatives, Uncle Sam, an anti-Semite, Uncle Ben, an Antifa. They'll tell you it's not real, it is real, and it's all by design.
That's fine. Clever. Nice.
I wonder if there's any gematria in that.
Yeah, I'd have to take a peek. Did you make that up, or did you hear it somewhere?
I did.
Okay, yeah.
Nope, cool. I made that up, and I think it sums it up pretty well. And the New York brother, there is a full audio version of the Protocols of the Learned Elders of Zion on YouTube. Mm-hmm. Well, it used to be there. Somebody sent it to me last year, but I got the flip phone, and it talks to me, and it'll read me YouTube stuff. It read me. Well, I guess it didn't read it to me. It's an audio version. But every time I got a phone call or a text or another email, my stupid phone wants to start over. So I never got to go all the way through that book, but it's pretty up to date. It was supposedly written in the 1800s and then published in early 1900s, like 1910 or 1920 or something. But it's a pretty incredible book, what I got through anyway. But yeah, I came up with that little ditty, and I think it sums it up pretty well.
It does.
But now the MSM that the brother was talking about in New York, he's exactly right. My health is my wealth, and I'm legally blind, so I work from home doing this network marketing thing, and a doctor, he's a naturopath, he's a pathologist, and a veterinarian, and he's 80 years old, and he's a mentor of mine. I mean, he's been mentoring me for almost 8 years, and I mean, it's like I've gone to college. He's got 3 doctorates. He's freaking brilliant, and he's never been sick a day in his life since he started taking the 90 essential nutrients that everybody needs, and he's done the research that proves that is the science. And you were talking about, weren't you guys talking about rhesus monkeys last week?
Rhesus monkeys?
Yeah, rhesus monkeys. This guy discovered the first case of non-human cystic fibrosis in a rhesus monkey at Emory University. They got a rhesus monkey lab there, like back in the 70s. And it kind of blew him away because, everybody up to that point, and even today, they say all disease is genetic. Well, how can a rhesus monkey have a human disease if it's genetic? It isn't. He put all these cells on slides and sent them, back in, it was like 1977. He sent it to all the cystic fibrosis doctor experts around the world to identify these slides, these cells, and they all wrote him back and told him, oh yes, this is a classic case of cystic fibrosis. Well, he sent them letters back thanking them and then telling them that they all said it was human cystic fibrosis, and he said it wasn't humans, it was from a rhesus monkey. And he put together this big study and was going to present it to the board, and they were all excited about it at first, but then once they realized what he had discovered was going to shut down their whole system, they fired him. And he ended up becoming a naturopathic doctor after that. And then he worked with Jerry Lewis. Jerry Lewis and the muscular dystrophy telethon, you remember that?
Of course, yeah.
Every year on Labor Day weekend, right, that Jerry Lewis would have a telethon collecting billions of dollars for the Muscular Dystrophy Foundation to find a cure for muscular dystrophy. Well, this doctor has the cure, okay? It's not a cure. We cannot use that word. Only the medical industry owns that word, and you cannot claim to have a cure for anything unless you call it a drug. So he can reverse muscular dystrophy just like he can reverse cystic fibrosis. And he contacted Jerry Lewis and gave him all of his findings, and Jerry met with him, and he was blown away, and he was so excited. We finally got the cure they're looking for. And he took it to the Muscular Dystrophy Foundation. There was never another muscular dystrophy telethon again after that presentation he made to the board. They fired Jerry Lewis. He had a gag order, a non-compete clause. They sent him on a cruise around the world, and he couldn't talk about it for 6 years. This was the year that it came up, and he died. He died mysteriously. He was pretty healthy because he was following this doctor's health protocols, and he was back on in Vegas doing shows, 5 nights a week. He died at I think he was 92 years old. Maybe last year he died, or the year before, but it was right before. He died right before his gag order was up, and he was going to write a book about, this doctor's findings and how the foundation fired him. And I think they killed him. He died either the same day or the same weekend as Hugh Hefner and Dick Gregory. They all died, I think, on the same day or within days apart from each other.
He died a little more than a month, but Hugh Hefner died on September 27th, the Jesuit birthday. I remember I was on the air that night. And yeah, Jerry Lewis died right next to Dick Gregory. I think they died a day apart, those two comedians, back to back. And that was shortly before Labor Day when the typical telethon went on, so yeah.
Right. So anyway, this doctor has been reversing over 900 diseases with nutrition. He's been doing it for 50 years. He's been doing it with his own company. Well, he started his own company in 1997, and then he turned it over to his kids. He doesn't have anything to do with it anymore, but he still speaks around the world, about nutrition.
And I've got a website, daveandthethumb.youngevity.com, if anybody's interested. And I know, MSM will help you, but it is not what your body needs to heal itself. Your body needs 90 essential nutrients. MSM is it's just an add-on that will help, but it's not the answer. The answer is 90 essential nutrients, 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, and 2 fatty acids. And then you throw in that MSM, and now you're pretty much bulletproof. But check it out. I've been doing this stuff for 7 years. I've got some pretty amazing testimonials, myself, my wife, my daughter, and hundreds and hundreds of people that I've been working with since then, and they've all got some pretty incredible testimonials. So anyway, check it out. I know I can help you, but it's just not in the food. The nutrition's not in the food. We still got to eat right, but you can't get what your body really needs from the food anymore. So anyway, I've taken up enough of your time. Before you can do the gematria on that little ditty.
Sure. Before you go though, what's the website again? The website's what?
It's Dave in the Thumb. Dave in the Thumb, and then a period, and then Youngevity, YOUNGEVITY.com. That's my website.
Okay, it's a long title.
It is.
Dave.
So Dave in the Thumb. I'm in the Thumb of Michigan.
Oh, okay, got it.
DAVE. You got it?
I think I found it here. Okay. Yep. All right, I will check it out. I appreciate it.
Cool.
All right, thank you.
All right, brother.
All right, you take
Thank you.
care.
Have a great night.
Yeah, you do the same. Thank you.
Bye.
Okie dokie. We got about 4 minutes till the break. Let's go out to Hawaii. You're on. How are you? Hawaii?
Aloha.
Aloha. Thank you for calling.
I'm just listening.
Just listening? Okay.
I'm just listening, Jackson. How are you?
Well, thank you so much. You have a great rest of your day.
You too, sweetie.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, let's go out to Canada then. From Hawaii to Canada.
Hey, Zach.
Hey.
Dennis here, Edmonton.
Appreciate
I called in a couple times on your live shows. Came across you at the beginning of October. Just got a little organic gematria. Just wanted to share. I'm glad I came across you because I know I'm not crazy with all these numbers that are coming in front of me. So anyway, 25 years ago, I entered a local golf draft similar to a hockey draft. You pick your players and you watch them through the season. Well, I ended up winning the draft, and 6 of my 9 entries placed. And so I'm looking at all the numbers where I finished. Obviously, first was the 1. I also finished 5th, which is my birth date. Number 17, also my birth date. So May 17th is my birth date. Also finished 32nd. At the time, I was living on 32nd Avenue. Also finished 66th. At the time, I was living on 66th Street. And also 96. The 96 I can't figure out. I just tell everybody I'm going to live till 96. But I just found that to be very strange. And then ever since then, I've just been more aware. And it's almost every day I go out, I see 517. If I'm looking at a license plate, it's there. I go shopping, my change is 517. Watching a game, I happen to look at the time that it stopped at, it's 517. So yeah, when I came across your stuff, I'm just like, wow, this is amazing stuff. Bought your book right away. And yeah, I've been following your stuff. and I know it works. I just tried it at the beginning of October. Threw in $100. Within 12 days, I was at $3,400. So I know this stuff works, and I'm going to do this as not just my hobby. I'm going to be doing this full time as well. This is the truth, and people need to know about it. So.
Indeed. 96.
Yeah, that.
I was just going to say. I was going to say 96 is an interesting number. The word knowledge is 96, and the divisors of the number 42 sum to 96. The word knowledge equals 96 and 42. The word math is 42. The word Freemason is 96 and 42. So in terms of how it connects to you, I'm not quite sure about that. It breaks down to 6. It has a numerology of 6. But it's definitely a significant number to the gang. So as for the personal connection, you'll have to keep searching on that one.
Yeah, and actually now that you just mentioned that, finishing first, I'm also, my birthday sums to number 1. I'm on the number 1 life path.
Oh, sit tight right there. The music's coming on. We'll be right back, everybody. Quick break.
Of children born to parents suffering from the Sheeple virus. Symptoms include the inability to think for oneself, the attention span of a goldfish, and a strong belief in government and the mainstream media. It is estimated that 1 out of every 2 children are being raised by parents infected with the Sheeple virus. But there is a cure. For as little as 19 cents per day, you can become a TFR supporter and help children like me get their daily dose of truth. Together, we will make sure every child has protection from deception.
Democrats debate. More impeachment testimony coming. I'm Evan Haining. 10 Democrats battling for their party's presidential nomination are in Atlanta for their 5th debate. And as correspondent Bob Costantini reports, it's their first debate since the impeachment hearings went public.
Right off the top, as expected, the first questions here at the MSNBC Washington Post debate dealt with the impeachment proceedings. Joe Biden pointed out Donald Trump doesn't want me to be the nominee, considering what has come out of testimony regarding the push to investigate Hunter Biden. But the hearings let Republicans keep bringing up his sons being hired by a Ukrainian gas company, possibly a two-edged sword.
House impeachment investigators will question Fiona Hill and David Holmes tomorrow. Hill is a former presidential advisor specializing in the former Soviet Union, Russia, and European affairs. Holmes is a political counselor at the U.S. Embassy in Ukraine. Well, there were 2 hearings today. The first featured Ambassador Gordon Sondland. At the second, senior officials from the State and Defense Departments testified.
David Hale with the State Department says Ukraine needed the U.S. military aid for its ongoing war with Russia.
The State Department position was to advocate for the continuation of that assistance as an important element, in fact, a key element of our strategy to support Ukraine against Russia.
Chairman Adam Schiff pressed the matter.
Would you agree, though, that it would be very unusual to place a hold on military aid in order to leverage a foreign country to get them to investigate a political opponent?
Yes.
Republicans have argued there could be no quid pro quo for the release of military aid because Ukraine didn't know about the hold. But Defense Department official Laura Cooper testified Ukraine did know about it. Linda Kenyon, Washington.
The U.S. military formally notified a court-martialed Navy SEAL commando that he faces proceedings to expel him from the ranks of elite special forces, even though his demotion was reversed by President Trump. Special Ops Chief Edward Gallagher was charged with war crimes during a deployment to Iraq. I'm Evan Haining.
This is the Truth Frequency Radio Network. TFR.
Truth Frequency Radio.
Condition orange. Condition orange. Situation Delta in effect. Please enter your agent number now, followed by the hash key.
You have to create culture. Don't watch TV. Don't read magazines. Don't even listen to NPR.
Time comes when silence is betrayal.
More for themselves and less for everybody else. But I'll tell you what they don't want. They don't want a population of citizens capable of critical thinking. They don't want well-informed, well-educated people capable of critical thinking. They're not interested in that. That doesn't help them. Think for yourself. Question authority.
This code has been compromised.
All right, we're back, Truth Seeker. We got an hour left. We'll be taking your calls the rest of the way. Right now, we're going to go back to Canada, who got interrupted by the commercial break. We got Texas, Indiana, and Massachusetts. I believe that's Zenith of the Alpha on hold. And after that, there's nobody else in line. It's a short line night because most people don't know about the new channel. So if you want to call in, 213-233-3998. Again, if you're watching on YouTube, the phone number is posted on the screen. Let's go back out to Canada, who was interrupted.
Hey, Zach.
Hey.
Yeah, so my last comment there, my whole birthday works out to number 1, born in 68. So I guess you'd say the first 5 numbers right now mean something to me. I've got to figure out the number 96. Interesting about the knowledge. I actually haven't even looked into the number 96 before. So, but following your work, what interested me was that streak of 8 when I first kind of followed it. And so I started digging in, and I called in a couple times. The one thing I noticed, things going south from streak 8 was when Cole lost his 19th in a row, and that's the 8th prime, right?
Right. Yep, that's right.
And ever since he lost that 19th, that's when I noticed in all the sports it started going south, even in football. I don't know if that has something to do with it or not, but that's just something that I observed as I was watching everything and listening to all your other callers calling in.
Right. Right. Anything else, friend?
Yeah, but outside of that, no, that's all I got. Looking forward to reading your book. I'm printing them off in 50-page sections.
Sure.
To make it easier to look at, to be able to read it instead of thinking 800 pages. But anyway, love your work. Hopefully, I can contribute to a lot more in the coming days.
All right, well, keep up the good work, friend. Appreciate your call. You have a good night.
All right.
Cheers. All right, take care. Not bad, huh? So doing his own decodes. Decided to give it a little gambling try. He's turned $100 into $3,400 in a couple weeks. Not bad. I mean, this knowledge truly does pay. Let's go out to Texas.
We already talked, dude.
Oh, all right. Appreciate it, man. I see you just called back in. Got it. All right. Yeah, I just go down the list in order. Let's go out to Indiana.
Zachary.
Yes, what's going on?
This is the real Prince Waker, man.
What's up, man?
After I talked to you last, I don't know, 5 or 6 nights ago. And, man, I got attacked on my computer, and I'm just now YouTube won't put me back in my account. I don't know what the hell happened. But I guess maybe somebody didn't like, a good chat we had. Anyway, I'm back going again, and I guess I blew it on Patreon this week. I'm just now starting with you guys, but I haven't had internet since I talked to you last.
Uh-oh. What's been the problem?
Well, it's just part for the course, A little too much, maybe the hair stood up in the back of the neck a little bit.
Okay.
Both fuck them. Anyway, I do, the one thing I do pretty good, man, also, is I do play music. And if you ever want to do an intro or something, now that I'm finally getting the rest of my equipment up here and stuff, I try to help you out if I can.
Sure, I appreciate that. Yeah.
It'd be licensed, it'd be yours. I just do it, and however we do it legally, you can use it, man.
Okay, that's awesome.
I don't know what
if you got an idea, if you
when
want to put
I get back to my email.
Sure.
Well, I've got all electric. I don't have any acoustic, but I just ordered a Boss Katana 212, and I've got a little studio here where I live at.
Okay.
And, I've been thinking about, put something together. I've been trying to put something together to make a song for these numbers, and it's just, I can't find the right tempo I want to use. I want to use 2 or 3 tempos.
Sure. Well, I'm sure it'll come to you.
I shoot that at you sometime, send you an email on them. But as soon as I get back in my accounts and stuff, and I'll be back on Patreon. How do I get there if I don't, I saw those links I was using when I first started to go catch up and get your notes there. How do I log in without that?
Well, you got to have the you got to have your password and login to get in, and that's as simple as it is. You just got to make sure you have that information.
Let's see, I didn't put it in paper form, and it's on my email address. I was using that stuff there, so I guess I messed up. But as soon as I'm able to get back in, I'm probably gonna be this week, but next week I'll be back on with you guys with that. So I'll quit taking up all this time. I'm glad that you're doing good, man. How about the website, yours? When will that be available?
Well, I thought we were. Last time I talked to the website development team, they thought they were going to be done yesterday, and now they're not quite done. So it's got to be any day now. I was hoping it was going to be ready to announce tonight. I thought that was the deal, but it's super close. I've seen it, so they're just finishing up some real minor things, and then we should have the ball rolling on that. So I'm excited to announce it.
I'm looking forward.
Yeah.
I bet, man. Well, I'll do some metal riffs. I'll tell you, I'll do some metal riffs. I'll do some rock and roll, different ones, and I'll do some off the wall stuff with effects, different ones, and it'll be 30-second riffs.
Okay.
That work for you, and I'll get that working on that stuff, and somehow we'll send them to you.
Okay. Appreciate it, man.
You tell me what you are. You live however you want, man. I'll dish it up and serve it to you.
Okay. All right. I look forward to that. Yeah. You probably got the ear for it. So just what you think sounds good, you send to me, and I'm happy to figure out a way to incorporate it in the show. So it'd be very cool to have some music from the followers. So very cool.
Exactly, and it'll be yours, and nobody can say jack shit.
Sure.
If you need something different, as long as I'm playing, I'll help.
Okay.
All right. Keep up the good work, young man.
All right, will do. You take care, friend. Have a good night.
Good night.
All righty. All right, let's see. I believe it's Zenith of the Alpha. What's up, Zenith? Zenith? Let's see. I know he's usually working when he calls, so maybe I'm going to him at a bad moment. Zenith, I'll come back to you, man. I see that you're out there, though. All right. I assume he's working. All right, let's go out to Ohio. Ohio, you're on. Yo.
Hey, what's up, man? It said line unmuted, as you, I think, probably said Cleveland or something.
Right, exactly.
Oh, okay, cool. I just want to make sure I'm not talking to no one. Hey, it's Matt from the Cleveland area. I called a couple weeks ago, and I was just having, just trying to look into my own area and see if anything was potentially coming up. So recently I saw an advertisement for a Winterfest in Cleveland, and it happens on November 30th. And I was looking into the mayor, and he's Mayor Frank D. Jackson. He's the 57th mayor of Cleveland, and his birth date is 104, October 4th, and it's 57 days after his birthday is November 30th, which is this event, which has his name on it.
Yeah.
Also, like, I was talking about the terminal towers and just like how I thought something was potentially going down in that area. Yeah, it always makes me so nervous to talk to you, dude. I always feel like I hope I don't come across as an idiot or something, you know?
No, you sound great, man. You sound great. Nobody knows you're nervous, so you're good.
I was working in Terminal Tower at the time when I was like just getting this bad vibe about being around there. They were doing construction out in the front of it for like months on end, and it's right in public square basically where this event is taking place. I was really worried about the date September 15th, and like I felt like I was seeing it in the numbers almost. Like there was an article posted on Reddit which kind of alluded to this date, and it was just like, what's going on? How did this article get the front page of Reddit, you know? And well, it turns out that it's 77 days after September 15th is November 30th, including that date. And Mayor Frank G. Jackson has a Gematria of 77 in the Jewish reduction, which I believe it's also Cleveland tree lighting, which is what this event is the Winterfest. The Cleveland tree lighting is 104, which is also Frank G. Jackson, his birthday. I was like trying to get all my notes together, and I was like, oh, I'll just call now. I'm like, I know it'll be like an hour before I get on the phone, but kind of caught me. I know Public Square, it's got a Gematria of 54 with it's Super Bowl 54, right, this year?
Right, that's right.
Right, and I was talking about before, we have the Road 322 coming into Cleveland, and it's also known as Mayfield Road, so Baker Mayfield, Super Bowl, I don't know if they're, you were talking about how they just, maybe like they're honoring people with these events.
Right.
And names, and so maybe that's what they're doing with this thing. It's just like, that's how they, they operate, and that's how they honor each other too, but
right.
I just thought that there was something suspect about that.
Indeed.
With all that going on, so either way.
Yeah, making some great observations already.
Well, that was it for me.
Yeah, your observation on the election and distance from the birthday and all that's perfect. It's just like the big election in Louisiana this week. Louisiana equals 61. The man who won it was 61 days after his birthday. So it's like that all over the nation when you pay attention. But keep up the great work, friend. Appreciate the call.
All right, man.
All right.
Take care, Zach.
Yep, take care. You have a good night. Well, with that, we have nobody on hold. That's something I can't remember saying for a long time. So, again, I think people have gotten used to listening to the show on YouTube, and probably the majority of people think there is no show tonight because the newest channel, well, to what most people believe is the newest channel, is suspended. So now we have an even newer channel, which Google's doing a great job of ghosting. So anyhow, if anybody else would like to call in, the line is completely open. 213-233-3998. Again, 213-233-3998. If not, think about what else there is to talk about here. CNN all day is keeping up the headline, bombshell testimony by Gordon Sondland. That word bombshell equals 88, like Gordon Sondland's full name, that number that they just always love to code with Trump. Something interesting tonight, speaking of strange phenomenon, I think I'm going to stay up later tonight and go outside to see if this is true. They're saying we're going to be able to see the northern lights throughout the northern United States tonight. And the article doesn't specify if it's time zone related, but it says it should last from 10 p.m. Well, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Maybe that's Eastern time. So if that's true, it would end around 10 p.m. here. But anyway, they're saying the northern lights should be seen throughout the northern United States tonight. And says it'll go as far south as Cleveland. So says you're supposed to be able to see it from Seattle. I used to live in Seattle. I don't live too far from Seattle now, so I have to go outside and check it out. I've always wanted to see the northern lights. I've never seen them with my own eyes. But it seems strange they would come down as far as they are, and they say it's because of a geomagnetic storm of the sun is going to cause the northern lights to come down further than they typically do. And what else is interesting about it being on this day, November 20th, with the alphabetic order, the word northern is 112, like 11/20112. And then if you use the reverse alphabetic order in rules numerology, northern is 41. And today leaves 41 days left in the year. So I'm thinking, what a day to see the northern lights. And maybe on even the next commercial break, I'll take a step outside and see if there's any sign of them right now. All right, we had a few more people phone in. Let's go out to Omaha, Nebraska.
Zach, you there?
I'm here. What's going on?
Good to hear from you, brother. Big fan. Got your book, and I just want to let everybody know, listening out there, it might cost you maybe $80 to $100 to print this book, but it is priceless.
Well, thanks, man.
With an exclamation point. Anyway, hey, Zach, I had a question. Can you hear me okay?
You're loud and clear. You're perfect.
Maybe this can be better. A little better?
No, you were better before, honestly.
Hey. Better before? Okay. Hey, I had a question and a remembrance, if you will. There was a Jaguar. The Patriots beat the Jaguars to go into the Super Bowl, 3 years ago, whatever it was. You're the man. So
I think it was 2 years ago. Super Bowl 52.
Yeah, I don't pay attention. I really don't. And this is even before finding you. I don't pay attention. So
Sure.
Anyway, what was the free safety of the quarterback or whatever that got pissed off in the fourth quarter that was calling it rigged and he got suspended? You remember?
I forget exactly. I forget what player that was. Was it Jalen? It might have been Jalen Ramsey. I'd have to go back and look.
Yeah, that might actually, it sounds really familiar. I don't know, because again, I don't pay attention, but I get giddy when I get listening to you, and you know what you do. Anyway.
Sure.
Yeah. So, yeah, I was just wondering about that. And then, there's often times where you, being as humble and honest as you are, you say things like, you don't know how they do it. You don't... Well, I mean, honestly, and you've mentioned it before, but the microphone across the field, and the two coaches, and the refs, I mean, let's be real.
Sure.
If you're a fan, you're there. I can't really hear you, but I'm just going to talk for a sec. If you're a fan, you're there, you're enjoying company, friends, and sports spectacle, if you will. And the refs, and you're totally trusting in what the refs do and say. You're intoxicated halfway anyway. You're just enjoying your friends and company. You're not paying attention. They could throw it to the 48, 49, and really they're ruling it to 50. You know what I mean? I mean, the refs are the government, period.
Right.
I mean, it's so obvious, dude. It pisses me off as much as it does you that people can't see it. And I'm just tired of going to work listening to motherfuckers talk about sports. It's over. It's just, dude, they have no idea who Bill Cooper was. They have no, dude, and he said it the best, right?
Indeed.
I know dudes that know the lineup of the Mets and think that's an accomplishment.
Right.
What? Come on. But Zach, I don't want to take too much of your time up. I know you were missing callers, and that's why I took a step outside to call in touch. But I wanted to call in touch on like that, because I'm trying to introduce my brother-in-law and to all this, and he's halfway there, but not really at all. You know what I mean?
Well, you can even show him something local. You can even show him something local from last night. Last night in the college basketball game, Dayton and Omaha, the Dayton coach picked up his 38th career win, and Omaha equals 38. So, and there's even more to it than that. But I mean, you can just focus on your local college basketball team and see how they do it. So,
well, instead of like nightly local, like that's a step. I would rather get him into your book way before I would, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Because obviously your book is your book. It's clearly been suppressed and banned multiple times for reasons, you know? So I think I would rather start him out there as far as the whole 26.
Sure.
And then kind of see where he goes, because he is a good dude. I mean, he's in his mid-30s. He's coached boys and girls basketball, and like he's, you know what I mean? He's just he's just in it. You know what I mean? He doesn't understand it on the highest level.
Sure.
If you will.
I get it.
And who runs everything and whatnot. But like I said, brother, love you. God bless. Take care. I don't want to take too much of your time up, but honestly, everybody listening, I don't call in much at all. I just want to be honest and real. It'll be the greatest $100 you spend. At least where I'm at, it's 15 cents a sheet. And with 800 pages of gold, it's going to cost about, I don't know, depending on how you want to dolly it up, like Zach puts out, there's that one website that likes to present your book in a certain way. But anybody can make their own book in any way. It's uncopyrighted, you know, thanks to Zach. I mean, that right there in itself should tell you this dude is real and the truth and needs to be multiplied by the billions. Period. I listen to about 3 other dudes, maybe 2, that I would say needs to be replicated by the billions. Anyway, God bless, Zach. Have a good night, brother. I appreciate you showing your time and all of it, man.
All right, appreciate it, friend. Thanks for the encouraging words.
We need to grow. We need to grow and go. We need to grow and go.
Indeed.
You have a good night, brother.
All right, take care, man. Appreciate the call.
You too, baby.
All right. And yeah, it can be expensive to print the book because it's so big. But again, website lulu.com. If you buy so I sell the digital version of my book for $5, and I recommend you always keep that digital version because it's so easy to do a search through. If you're looking for something specific in the book, you know, you can search keywords. But the website lulu.com will get the whole book printed for around $40. Make it look like a nice book. So that's a good way to do it. Let's go out to Ohio. Ohio, you're on.
So, hey, we already talked, but I'll still write some notes, so I got more notes to talk about, I guess.
Oh, okay.
This is just about the event going down in Cleveland. The company that owned Terminal Tower owned it for 33 years. Tree Lighting and Holiday Festival is 321. I don't know if those are like their 6 things to indicate like something's about to go down in, you know, 3 seconds, 2 second one. But Forest City Realty and Trust owned it for 33 years, and that's 113. I know you were talking about 113 a lot lately, or maybe in the last couple of days. I know City of Cleveland, Ohio, Mayor Frank G. Jackson is 216, like that whole phrase, and 216 is our area code here.
Right.
Just the other things that they had on the page, it's like now the company that owns it is the K&D Group, and that's 72, and then the event is 6.5 hours long, and typed out 6.5 hours is 72. But yeah, those are just some more notes. But yeah, I don't know. Do you think it's good to look into events like these to like try and foretell the coming events, or to at least maybe, I don't know, ruin something that's coming up for them?
Sure. Well, I when you're starting out, I think it's good to do research and take notes and observe and see what comes. Maybe not make predictions at first, but just gather the information and keep learning from it. So, yeah. Sounds like you're on the path, man.
Yeah. All right, man.
All right, friend. Keep it up. You have a good night.
You do.
All right, we got about 30 seconds till the commercial break. When we come back, we're going out to Texas, then Pennsylvania, then Atlanta, then Glendale, California, and then Rochester, New York. So we'll be doing that right after the break. The break should be coming up here in about 20-30 seconds. Again, it's just a quick commercial break, and then we'll have a half hour of show left. Again, if you got here late and you found this live stream, my other channel is suspended, I think, until Friday. So next week's show, I'll probably get back on the other channel just because more people are aware of that channel. But do stay subscribed to this channel because I'm going to be putting content here. And honestly, the other new channel probably won't last much longer. So this will probably be the main channel before long. All right, we'll be right back, everybody.
Your arms and legs often go to sleep. On short walks, do your legs get aches and pains? Is your memory worse than it used to be? Ankles that swell late in the day? Has your blood pressure increased lately? If you answered yes to even one of these questions, you may have early warning signs of arterial blockages. Your body is saying that it is time to take Extendivite. These are not the normal signs of aging. They are the warning signs that accompany blocked arteries. Get your Extendivite today. Extendivite is available in capsule or liquid form for just $69.95 for a 2-month supply. To get started, call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822 or visit heartdrop.com.
Extend your life with Extendivite.
Your home has needs. It needs a healthy, dry environment all year round. Start by getting rid of the worst air in the basement and crawl space, where the problems begin and make the whole house sick. Introducing the new Smart Wave Ventilation Unit. It has advanced technologies to continuously reduce moisture, mold, and odors, and expel radon, gases, and pollutants. And now, Wave units include carbon monoxide detection to automatically expel air at a high rate and send you an alert. It also has an app so you can remotely monitor the conditions. Wave is a comprehensive, maintenance-free, affordable solution that will transform your entire home. Protect your home and family with what it needs. Give it a new Smart Wave Ventilation Unit. For more information, call 888-717-WAVE. That's 888-717-WAVE. Or go to dryhealthyhome.com. That's dryhealthyhome.com.
Wave Home Solutions for a healthy, comfortable home.
Dowsing is the ancient science of finding water and metal underground. Albert Einstein said that dowsing was tapping into earth energies which modern science as yet does not understand. Diamonds, silver, gold, and platinum objects have all been found using dowsing. And now, for the first time on film, we visit the pyramids, Stonehenge, and ancient sites, dowsing for buried treasure and tapping into this mysterious earth energy.
The Enigma Channel. Intelligent television for planet Earth. EnigmaTV.com.
We are TFR.
My faith in destiny is all I need to prevail.
Truth Frequency Radio.
All right, we're back. True Seeker. It's the final 30 minutes. We're taking your calls the rest of the way. And let's go out to Texas. Texas, thank you for your patience. How are you this evening?
Hey, Zach.
Doing well. And yourself?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Yeah. I'm doing good. Except for the cold weather here in Texas. Occasionally they throw us a storm, or two.
Sure.
During the week. I just wanted to tell that guy, I was printing out the book, chapter by chapter, and that got kind of old, after a while. But when that guy came up with JDHW or something to print it out on Lulu, I went to Lulu to have it printed out, and I was going to print it out at 11 by 8 size, and it was only going to be like $24 something.
Not bad.
Not including shipping.
Yeah, not bad at all.
But yeah, no, it's a good price. But so my problem was I was trying to use this PDF for the book cover, and I could never get it to work. They kept telling me that the size of the PDF was too large or something. So I wrote them a couple times, and I was like, I have no idea how to adjust the size on it.
Well, here, I'll give you a tip for that. I'll give you a tip. You could make up your own cover for the book, right? Because, the cover I made, there's nothing exciting to it. But there's this website, canva.com. C as in Charlie, A as in... Yeah, C as in Charlie, A as in Ann, N as in Nancy, V as in Victor, A as in Ann. Canva.com. And you can make all sorts of free things on there, and including book covers. And if you knew what size that your book was going to be that you were making, you could set up the cover to be for that size. And you can make one for the front and the back.
Cool.
So, yeah, that could be a way to
Yeah,
troubleshoot
that's
that.
what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I liked the cover that he was using on it,
Mm-hmm.
It was really cool, but I just couldn't get it to size right for Lulu. But
Sure.
yeah, for $24 and something cents, that's a steal as far as I'm concerned.
Mm-hmm.
So, I suggest everybody do that. Another thing I want to suggest to people to get people back to your new channel is, when you go and watch a vid of Zach's, and then all you have to do is write a little sentence about, well, if you really want to know the truth about this, go to this link. And just, on the sidebar, every time you watch a vid, there's going to be a sidebar with correlative videos put out, especially by the news channels, because they're going to hit those things hard. And they get thousands and thousands of views. And that's what I did before, was I was like spamming all those sites with your links. That's why they kicked me off of YouTube for 3 months. But you don't have to spam them. If enough people just go to those news channels and post a sentence with your vid link, then people will know where, they'll come check you out. So that can build an audience really, really fast.
Indeed. Yeah, I appreciate that you did that.
That's about all yeah, well, and everybody should be doing it. There's no excuse for people not to take a minute of their time. They can, in 1 minute, they can post, a link that may interest 20 to 100 people. You don't know. If you write that little sentence out, then, people are going to be intrigued. They're going to go, well, and it's easy to do. It doesn't take long, and it's certainly effortless, and it can just bring a lot of people in. But I'm really looking forward to the website, Jack. I really, really am.
It is
And I
just
love the
days
cover.
away.
I think that's a really cool picture.
Yeah, I like it too. It's bright and it has some good energy to it. So, yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Well, I love you. Get on to the other people.
All right. Thank you so much, friend.
You have a
Appreciate
good
your
night.
support. Yeah, you have a good night too. Take care.
You bet.
Bye. Alrighty. Let's go out to Pennsylvania. You're on, Pennsylvania.
Zach, how you doing tonight?
Doing well, thank you.
It's 7:35 here. At 7:35 a.m. in Alaska.
Oh.
I'm used to listening to you on the East Coast. I like 11:35.
Sure.
But I'm trying to see if I'm in Wasilla, Sarah Palin's hometown.
Uh-huh.
I got to go down to Seward, which is a really beautiful place. But I'm trying to, it's very cloudy here in Alaska tonight. So I know that down in the lower 48, we're supposed to be able to see northern lights.
Right.
In places like, Missouri and shit like that. Mm-hmm. But I really wanted to call because I had a friend. I always say this. I found you on 8/6 of 2018 when Alex Stone was 86.
Right.
Called a few times. I had a friend who was killed on March 15th, 2013. And when he was killed, he was 20 years old, and he was in trouble his whole life. A white girl, he was a half-black man, a white girl accused him of rape. And I was at the party, I was in the same bed, he probably didn't even touch her. But that's besides the point. I've been thinking about his death and the timing of it and everything that took place. And before I found Gematria, I couldn't really put it all together. And I'm about to be 27 years old and I have cancer. I felt that I've been a targeted individual as well. There's a lot of things. My great-grandfather was a Mason. And I think that the way that they operate with this code is they'll take a date like March 15th. Isn't that the Ides of March?
March 15th is the Ides of March. Yes, it is.
Right. So you'll take a date like March 15th, and then you'll. My friend's name was Skylar Ashton Stewart. I can't see anything with the numbers to do with his name. And he was killed. But I think what they do is they'll look at the rap sheets, like everybody they've got on papers. This is why it's so important to never be on fucking papers in the United States. Because once you get in trouble, once you're on probation or parole, you go on papers. Mm-hmm. So they'll figure out, okay, it's March 15th. This is the ritual date. This is how you keep the chain at the bottom for knowing what's going on too. They're like, March 15th, this date, we're going to go and we're going to collect everybody. We're just going to go out and we're just going to collect these people. And then my friend, he was probably a flight risk, and he got like a lot of weapons charges, so they were scared of him. But I'm just saying that if they pick a group of people out, and if you got to do them dirty, you got to put the dog on it and kill them, like it's okay. Like it must be orders, and that's how I think that they might make, how they cause these news stories without having everyone know. What do you think about that, though?
Yeah, it's entirely possible that. I could definitely see it being that way. There's some sort of database they use to choose their ritual victims, so it would make a lot of sense.
Right. As much as I think that they might be able to choose the victims, I'd like to think there was still random occurrences that have to rely on. I don't know, just to get the whole thing. The thing about it too was like they kept talking about how he was killed on Friday. They talked about how he was 20 years old, but they said a middle-aged man has been killed on such and such a road. He wasn't killed on a road, and then they would talk about this dog named Zeke. The dog named Zeke was talked about all the time because he had shot the dog before they wasted him. So, and I'm thinking that I don't know if
Zeke.
I don't think Zeke has.
Zeke equals 20 like death. So that's interesting that was part of the story, and he was 20 years old. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate everything you do for everyone, Zach. Thanks for listening to me and hearing about my little theory on how they pull the bullshit rituals.
All right, man.
Have a good night.
Sorry about your friend.
Appreciate it.
Stay strong. All right, you have a good night.
It's all good, baby.
All right, take care, man. Okay. Let me go out to Atlanta, Georgia.
Hey, what's up, Zach?
What's up, man?
Long time, man. Dante. What's that? Hey, man, same old. You moved out of Seattle, so we got to get that beer.
Yeah.
Anyhow. Yeah, no worries, man. I figured you might have to go, but no, I noticed some things. I might be late. I've been working a lot. I got my hobbies going, but I noticed that I don't know if anybody's paying attention to what happened to Arnold Schwarzenegger's. All the people within the last year, actually 11 months. Arnold Schwarzenegger has lost 3 people that were close to him in the bodybuilding world. I don't know if you've covered that. You can interrupt me anytime if not. I don't have the birth dates and the dates of the guys that died, but it was the 2 guys out of, if you've ever seen the bodybuilding documentary from the 70s called Pumping Iron. He had a buddy, Franco, Italian guy, and another guy that he was doing squats with, what's his name, Ed Corney. Well, Ed Corney died late last year, around, I think, December. And then recently, probably within the last 3 months, Franco died. And Franco was like his main training partner. Like if you Google Arnold Schwarzenegger's training partner, it's gonna pop up with him. And he died kind of in a weird set of circumstances. That's how most of these things go. He died out in Italy, in his hometown. They said he took a dive down deep in the water and never came back up. So, and then he's dead.
He died August 30th. He died August 30th, Franco Colombo. I covered his death. Yeah, 8-3 murder numbers. So.
You did.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You did. Yeah. My bad. You did. I remember seeing that video. And then just recently, and you may have caught this one too, Arnold Schwarzenegger's main training partner that people don't, wasn't glamorized and Hollywoodized, was this guy, Yusuf. And he was a German guy. He just died at 71, about 3 days ago. And I said, holy smack. And then I saw his channel was suspended, and I said, damn, he's probably not going to get a chance to watch it. I didn't get a chance to go to the blog. So I said, I'm going to call tonight, man, and share this one if you didn't. I thought that, and then I thought it ironic. When the Yusuf guy, he hadn't seen in years. And one of the bodybuilding YouTubers had done a video about it, kind of drug up some information about this guy that used to train. And he said, no, this was the real guy he trained with. These other guys, it was just for the, for the movie. And, well, he hadn't seen the guy in years, and the guy was in okay health like 2 or 3 years ago. Well, then he had said in, I guess, an interview, like, hey, I'd love to see Arnold again, and blah, 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 blah. So in January, and they mentioned this in the ad, after Ed Corney died, Arnold hadn't seen him, he went and saw the Yusuf guy in January. And I know we cover numbers on this channel, but I kind of into color coding as well. And of course, he had, the initiate color. Arnold had his colors on. He had a red sweater with a red scarf with a red, hat. And I was like, when I saw that, I said, I said it before I went and looked. I said, if he got red on, that guy was white when we went and visited him. Mm-hmm. We got him coming out with the booties again. And anyway, just a little food for thought for the community. I haven't called in a long time, so I was like, oh, it's a good one to share. So I didn't know if you had been aware of that, those 3 training partners he lost, and he's coming out, obviously, and getting his second wind of his career in the 70s.
I wasn't aware of the death yet. So the one death was yesterday, Jessup Wilco's, and I will look into that.
Yeah.
And there was Franco Colombo, and who was the name of the other guy?
Ed Corney. If you look up Pumping Iron, it's the bodybuilding documentary from the 70s that Arnold was in. They did a squat workout together. If you put Arnold squat workout, Pumping Iron, anything like that, put Ed Corney in. He's a Hawaiian guy, and they did like a squat workout. That was a real famous portion of the bodybuilding video. And he died late last year. I want to say,
it looks like he died on New Year's.
My numbers right.
Looks like he died January 1st, 2019.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's lost 3 people in 11 months.
All this year, yeah. And what's interesting is the man who died yesterday was born November 8th, and I see Ed Corney was born November 9th. So, yeah, I'll have to take a peek at this.
Yeah, man. I figured it was a hot one for you, but with the way it is now, I knew that the way they cover things like that, they don't really talk. Who's looking for checking for Arnold Schwarzenegger's bodybuilding partners from the '70s? Not many people, so
right.
It's kind of a niche thing, but yeah. Glad you're still rolling, man. I got that book. I sent it off to my mom like a year ago. We argue all the time about her reading it. I told her, I said, two things are going to happen to Trump. I said, Trump will get smoked or Trump is going to get impeached. And now she's all over the impeachment. And I said, now who told you first that he was going to get knocked off one way or another?
Right. And the impeach thing makes so much sense because impeach is 134, make America great again is 134. Today's 1,034 days after he took office. So, yeah, good call. All right, man.
I love it, man. Hey, keep up the good work, man. We'll try to catch back up to you, man, and contribute a bit more, man.
Appreciate that.
Take care of yourself, man.
All right.
Much love.
Yeah, you have a good night, man.
Yes, sir.
Take care.
Yes, sir. See you, man. Peace.
See you, man. All righty. Let's go out to New York City. New York, you're on.
Hey, Zach, how's it going, man?
What's up, man?
Hey, did you ever check out that movie I told you about, the Freemason movie?
I got it on my list, but I still haven't seen it. I definitely want to check that out.
Yeah, there's a lot of symbolism in that movie. It's unbelievable.
And it's called The Freemason, right? Came out. The Freemason?
Yeah, The Freemason. Yeah. And what's weird about is that movie came out, I think it was like December 7th, like 2013 or whatever it was. Yeah, I know it was like December 7th. That's the what is it, ancient accepted Scottish Rite Freemasonry number.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So like, I think there's some kind of connection there.
Yeah. Scottish.
Also, I don't know if you were aware. But Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. I don't know if there's any symbolism or not, but he's got a movie coming out in like 2 years. As he announced, it's called Black Adam. It's called.
Okay.
And it's coming out December 22nd, 2021. He announced it like I think about a week ago or so. I'm not sure if there's any symbolism there, but I just seen that like earlier today, so I didn't know if there was anything there, but thought I'd throw that your way.
Okay, I'll have to check it out. Yeah, I'd have to look into why that might be the date, so appreciate the heads up.
Yeah, no problem, man.
All right, man. You have a good night, Michael.
That's all I had.
All right, take care.
Yeah, you too, Zach. Yep, bye.
All right, so Michael's saying check out the movie The Freemason. And I haven't seen that one yet, but I'll definitely check it out when I get the time. Let's go out to Maryland.
Hey, what's up, Zach?
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, I actually called in early and just wanted to add something on. Also ask you a question. I'd actually already purchased your book from you. Ended up getting a new phone. Still had the email link, but it's saying that I can't get into it anymore. Is it possible to still get the book after a month, or I would have to repurchase it?
Yeah. Send me an email to gematriaeffectnews@gmail.com and just say, hey, I just need another copy of the book. And say I called into the show, and I'll get you.
Cool. Yeah. Okay, I appreciate it. Thanks, man.
No problem, man.
So one thing that I noticed that was real strange to me. One thing with what Rambo was talking about earlier, just to add on to his 163. Just 2 points, and I believe you already said this on a previous video, but Robert Kraft equals 163, and also Orchids of Asia spy, where he was caught, also equals 163. So just wanted to add that in.
Nice.
And what was and that was crazy. I had that written down. That wasn't supposed to be part of what I called in for. I just had it written down somewhere, and it was right there when I was on hold. But two of the things that I noticed that was very interesting to me, of course, the black community is going crazy right now because they're talking about the thing with Harriet Tubman and also Julia Roberts. And we know what Julia Roberts, her main role with that was, which was, of course, Pretty Woman. And what she played on, on that role. So I just thought that was interesting. So I looked at the Gematria on both of them, and both of them have a Gematria of 150 and 84, Julia Roberts and both Harriet Tubman. Just thought that was interesting. Wanted to throw that into the conversation. That's all.
Interesting. Oh, I didn't even know about this story. I said to look and I was like, what? Julia Roberts and Harriet Tubman. So supposedly she was suggested to play the part of Harriet Tubman. I'm sure they just threw that out there just to get people talking. But yeah, you probably connected already with the Gematria, so nice work.
Right. The 150 and 84, I couldn't believe it, but yeah, it's just super crazy. Like you said, I don't even really see it being a thing, but I think exactly what you said. I think they just threw it out there to get everybody talking, get everybody mad, so they can do something in plain sight, I'm sure. So
right.
You know how that goes.
Exactly. All right, man.
Right. But yeah.
All right, appreciate it.
Yeah, that's all, man. I appreciate you. I'll go ahead and send the email in a few. Thanks, man.
Okay, yeah, I got you. All right, take care. Have a good night.
You too. Bye.
All right. Let's go out to Georgia. Georgia?
Oh, I was just listening, man. You can mute me back, man.
Okay, no problem, man. Well,
yeah, thanks.
We don't have any more callers on the line. So we got 4.5 minutes of show. I guess just to talk a little bit, since there's nobody else on the line, I'm getting a lot of, I wouldn't call it hate mail, but I'm getting a lot of mail and messages about people who are disappointed. They feel like I'm not taking the work as far as it should go, that I'm not doing enough. A lot of people think I've sold out and now I'm just here to collect money and do sports picks. And, I hear all the criticism and I understand why people might feel this way or believe this right now. I'm definitely not in this for money. And honestly, doing the sports picks, again, I'm trying to build up resources to take this somewhere. Like the websites that are being built, they're not cheap. And to sustain the websites and to pay for the traffic that I'm hoping they'll get, stuff's not cheap. But my whole goal is to make this go somewhere and get it a lot further than it's gone to this point. Yeah, I do agree that I need to get out there and pound the pavement. And, I would have liked to have already done that already. But it takes resources to do things. And I'd like to have the resources to travel around the nation and go city to city and speak and meet up with you guys. And that is still all the plan. I mean, patience is a virtue, but it is also, the time is now to act. So, I'm trying, if the book had sold like I imagined it was going to sell, and well, part of the problem was nobody would publish it after I thought I had a publisher. But even in the digital form, for as many people who supported it, just imagine if all 60-some thousand people that were subscribed to the channel had bought the book. I mean, things would be happening. So, yeah, I definitely haven't sold out, and it's definitely not all about the money. I mean, not at all. It's not about the money at all, but it is about making something happen, and it does take resources. And the people who are willing to support this work financially right now happen to be the people who want to gamble with it. And, I mean, honestly, what I would like to do is hire somebody to take care of the daily decodes and the presentation, because I know there are some people in the community who have the knowledge and the ability to do it. And I would like to spend more time focusing on the things that I care about more, like the rigged elections and the propaganda-driven news that keeps everybody living in the matrix and investing all their energy in the matrix. I mean, these are the things that are a lot more important to me. I'd like to be, going, city to city where all these big politicians go and help them wake people up into the crowd. Like, do you really still believe in the political process? Do you really think this is where your time and energy and resources should be dedicated? I think there's a million things that need to be done and could be done. And again, with the website that's about to launch, hopefully it will help us organize and network and make more friends and build up our presence so that we can pound the pavement together. So, I just find it funny that all of a sudden I'm getting like an abundance of messages of people who are like burnout and, tired, and they want me to do more. And it's like, well, I sit here and I work here hard every single day to put out this information and try to get more people exposed to this work and knowledge. And, I work at this every single day, so, I don't know. Just for all the people out there that are disappointed, I hope you join the new website, and I do hope things go a lot further and faster than they have so far. I mean, that is my goal, and I'm frustrated in a way too, but still waiting for the big breakthrough. So, but again, for all of you out there who want to see me do more, and if you haven't bought the book yet, if you haven't supported in any way, it does take resources to do things. So, you know, I got to pay the bills for me and my lady. You know, she's still a student in school, and you know, so I don't know what else to say about that. But we have reached the end of the show, Truth Seeker, and be back next Wednesday night. There's the music, so I'll wrap it up there. Until next time.
Looking for is buried by official narratives and propaganda. This is why TFR is 100% uncensored, unregulated, and listener-supported. The shows on TFR are not micromanaged by the station, and our hosts are free to speak their minds however they please. As such, the views and opinions expressed.
All right, just wrapping up the show. I'm not going to do the after hours thing today. Sweet lady, she wanted me to take the whole night off. She just finished all her studying, so she's on a little break. And she was hoping we could go do something fun tonight to celebrate. And I said, well, just wait, you know, we can do it tomorrow or the next day. I always want to do the show since it's just once a week, and I know a lot of people like to call in and listen, so I feel bad when I miss a night. But I did tell her I wouldn't stay on and do the after hours, so we can hang out and spend some quality time. So we'll leave it there. Glad you guys appreciated the show. And remember, bookmark this channel because it'll probably be the main channel before long. But I will go back to the other channel as soon as it's not suspended anymore. And I think that suspension ends Friday. Maybe it ends tomorrow. It's one of the 2 days. So until next time, have a good night, Truth Seeker.